What up, party people in the place to be on I was about to say Wednesday, on a Monday. I know it's a holiday weekend, so we all kind of holiday tripping and celebrating. In the interim, rock with us real quick. How we doing, Coop?
Ain't no thing but a chicken wing.
Congratulations on everything as well. Yeah, we're making moves, man. I love it.
I say that because in the um in the podcast, I mean, like in the new job, it's it's a vinyl record hanging in the James Baldwin room, and a lot of records, but one of them is Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music.
It's a pretty great album. Did a lot for the city. We're gonna talk some MC talk because I think this is a perfect day on a holiday week, I guess if you would call it, to finalize our greatest MCs list and really get started and put a dent on the greatest group list. All this talk about Outkast being the greatest group ever. So the Playalistic is incredibly important, in my opinion, in that mission. I know a lot of people, they know of Cass. Cass has an interesting career, man, because it's like they got bigger each time, and they expand to different worlds each time. And I think they got a larger fan base with each album they put out. Is that fair to say?
It is, but here's one of those things where what can help you can also hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
That core fan that I'm talking about, Mike. Because I'll tell you what, and I've always said this, well, Southern Playalistic is their second best album to me, but that's the album that got me to buy into them.
That is their
And it's
second
their,
best album, in my
and it's,
opinion.
but Mike, it's their street album too.
Mm-hmm.
It is the buy-in album.
I think it's
If you
their.
if you are becoming a fan of Outkast on Project 2, 3, and 4, you're missing something very, very important.
You know who that reminds me of? Bring him up again. It's a Kanye West thing. And I know a lot of people who caught on to Kanye around graduation, 808s and Heartbreaks, and even My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy time. They don't hold the college dropout as high as we do. And I feel like Outkast has a similar thing with that too. I think if people caught on the Outkast around Akumina Stankonia, Southern Playalistic doesn't hit them in that same way. You know what I mean?
It
But it's
should, Mike,
very important. It's core.
especially. How about this? All those the Source Award and the South Got Something to Say. That's based on Southern Playalistic.
Hmm.
Like Outkast broke down the barrier, like the quote unquote East Coast bias barrier, with Southern Playalistic. Not with ATLians, not with Aquemini, not with Stankonia. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that's the one.
And
That's the
so,
one that
and so,
opened us up for Goody Mob to come through.
but also too, but this is what I'm saying, Mike. Oh no, much like Kanye's first album, how can you hear those songs and be like, that's not some of the best stuff? It's like, no, I'm pretty, like, Mike, I don't know if he's made a record better than Jesus Walks or All Falls Down. I don't know that for certain.
Well, what it is with Outkast, just like with Kanye, right? They're clearly much better rappers on the albums
Oh, yeah.
after. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the same thing with Ye. Ye's a much better rapper after College Dropout. Big Boy and
More
Andre
so,
are much better rappers after Southern Playalistic.
more so with Kanye than with Outkast.
Hmm.
And I think a lot of it is that, you know, a lot of what gets lost in how great Outkast is on the first album is the jump Andre took lyrically on the second album. It
Hmm.
makes you forget how really dope. No, they're dope ass MCs on the first album,
They are. They are.
and they're fresh off the streets, and it helped. It was part of the buy-in. Like when you listen to Andre on Players Ball, it's like, no, that's the Andre that I fell in love with. Like the guy on So Fresh So Clean. It's like I like that guy. The guy that I love is on Players Ball. It's beginning to look like what? Follow my every step. Take notes on how I crept. I'm about to go in depth.
I always thought they were dope on Southern Playalistic, but for me, the buy-in was on Soul Food and Thought Process, and that's when I feel like he became one of my favorite rappers. Like I looked at them really as a unit I mean, as I've always looked at them as a unit, but on Southern Playalistic, I really, really looked at them as a unit, like a duo straight up. Like they're going tit for tat. I haven't really decided which one
Yes.
you know what I'm saying, favor more than the other. But I think that thought process was kind of Andre's, at least in the city, his coming out party, and I think Elevators really solidified it. Because even on Benz or Beamer, they back and forth, man. Like deep in the dungeon for these many months. Like I mean, Big Boy's doing his thing on there too.
Yeah, no. So that, but see, this is what I'm saying. So, and this is how you really need to look at it. It's like, well, a lot of who they are is really on Goody Mob's album. It's like, well, Andre showed you lyrically where he's at on thought process. But Mike, there's a whole term down here called Dirty South.
Yep.
And Big Boy's on that record, like the hit record on Soul Food. Well, Andre not on there.
Yeah.
He might have the mic performance, but Mike, the hit, the song people remember,
Yeah.
the song people play, the song, Mike, listen to what I'm about to say, the song people relate to.
I like Dirty South more. I mean, just my personal opinion, but I love both records. Cool
So-
Breeze was the standout on Dirty South to me, you know,
Me
but
too.
yeah.
You know, but Big Boy has always been that rock and that
He's the anchor.
solidifier.
He's not only
Yeah.
Outkast's anchor, he's the Dungeon Family's anchor, in my opinion, you know.
Right. Like he's good with anybody on any record on anybody's album. It doesn't have to be like Big Boy can slide in with the rest of the crew. Like he doesn't have to finish off a record on the breakdown like Andre does. Like Andre has to have that kind of stage, just like he kind of has to have that last verse on Elevators. No matter where you put Big Boy,
Yeah, you're right.
you can put him next to Dre. You can put him on the second verse on Dirty South. You can put him on the third verse. You can put him with Gibb and put him with, you know.
And you know what else is important about Big Boy is the fact that he has a lot of, similar to what Jay-Z did with Reasonable Doubt, right? He makes people who caught on late to Outkast, he lets you know how important Southern Playalistic is. He makes the new listener go back to Southern Playalistic, just like Jay made the new Jay listener go back to Reasonable Doubt at a certain point. If it was up to Dre, I think we would have been past Southern Playalistic and never revisited anything.
Well, I mean, Mike, I know Aquemini is a better album, but let's say Outkast was doing a versus. I think you could argue that you could pick the same number of songs from Southern Playalistic as on Aquemini, if not more. Because here's the thing about it. Players Ball, Southern Playalistic, Get Up, Get Out, Hootie Hoo.
Those are strong.
Those are must. That ain't
Those
no
are
strong.
stronger
Those are
than,
must.
from a notoriety standpoint, I think those are stronger than the Aquemini picks would be.
Exactly. Because the Aquemini picks would be the Art of Storytelling, Rosa Parks, Spody Odie Dopalicious. It's like, no,
Skew It on the
Southern
Bar.
Playalistic records are better.
Yeah, those four you mentioned, I would say that they're better.
Mike, and then there's Ain't No Thing and Claiming True and Crumbling Herb. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like the greatest rap album that came out of the South that ain't nobody talking about anymore. It's like, it is the reason why Southern hip hop exists the way that it does. The way Southern hip hop exists because of that record. There's what Southern rap was before that album came out, and there's what it became after that album.
No, it's true. And, you know, I want to clarify to the people in the chat, and thumbs up in the chat and get some more people in here. I think, and this is how I'm going to do this, right? I'm going to split Speaker Box and Love Below into the individual albums they are. So if I'm ranking Outkast albums, I'm going Aquemini. I'm going Southern Playalistic at number 2. I'm going ATLians at number 3. Then I'm probably going to go Love Below. Then I'm going to go Stankonia and then Speaker Box.
I'm still taking Stankonia over the Love Below.
Okay.
Because Bombs Over Baghdad and Gangsta Shit's on Stankonia.
Stankonia is hard. And I appreciate...
And so Spaghetti Junction, which is the last real Outkast song we heard.
I'm with you on that. Stankonia, I appreciate Stankonia more over time, but I think just from end to end, The Love Below is a better album from end to end. I think Stankonia has some holes here and there.
I feel that way about The Love Below, actually, because here's how I feel. I feel like the first half of the Love Below is as good as it gets.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but right about around Hey Ya or after Hey Ya, like Mike, that stretch where it goes like Happy Valentine's Day, Spread,
Mm-hmm.
Prototype, She Lives in My Lap,
Mm.
and even in the Hey Ya, oh no, that's special. But the
Mm.
second half ain't special like that. It's not.
Okay, second half for the people in the chat goes,
It's got
hey y'all.
Vibrate.
Then you got Roses. Then you
I'm
got
not
the.
big on Roses.
You're not
Roses
big
is
on
just okay.
Roses. I like
Nah,
Roses a
Roses is just all
lot.
right.
I like Roses a lot, because it has that. And I'm gonna get real nerdy real quick. It has that. Charlie Wilson, the Gap Band. It has like that double drum thing the Gap bands used to do. It's like doo doo. I love that shit. It's funky. Roses is funky, and I love Big Boy's verse where he's like, she's got a hottie's body, but her attitude is potty. When I met her at a party, she was hardly acting naughty. I said, Shorty, would you call me? She said, pardon me, are you balling? I said, Shorty, you sound like a prostitute pausing. Yeah, he went in on that shit. I love Roses. Roses is dope. And we needed Roses. That was actually an Outkast song.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It really doesn't really fit. It don't.
I would have liked
like
Roses.
Outkast.
Honestly, I would have liked Roses on Speakerbox.
I would have liked Roses on Stankonia.
Yeah. It's like they sound so separate.
You could have took off something like Toilet Tissue and did Roses, but
I don't like Toilet Tissue at all. I get it, but I think songs like Toilet Tissue and even Call Before I Come kind of drops Stankonia behind. I know people like Call Before I Come, and I love Gangsta Boo, rest in peace. But
Gangsta Boo, yeah.
John Green with the super chat says Stankonia gets too much hate. It had Outkast's best single, Bonds of a Bad Dad, So Fresh So Clean. Best singles, excuse me. He said Bonds of a Bad Dad, So Fresh So Clean, Miss Jackson, Gasoline Dreams, and Spaghetti Junction. Now the
Gasoline
singles.
Dreams is not like that. Gasoline Dreams is
You don't like Gasoline Dreams, huh?
Because it's not that good.
I like Gasoline Dreams. It ain't chunky
like I said,
vibe,
go play the first song on the previous 3 albums and tell me that record's good again.
Well, I think that it is probably the weakest jump off song that they've had.
It's not, Mike. It's not even in the stratosphere, Mike. We talking about my intro to let you know, 2 Dope Boys, and Return of the Gangsta.
Return of the Gangsta, yeah.
Hell no, Gasoline Dreams ain't good. Stop that.
Behold a Lady. What did you think about that?
I think you can hold that record.
I like Behold a Lady. Pink and Blue was fire.
Pink and Blue is fire.
Love and War, yeah. I like She's Alive. I like Dracula's Wedding.
Those are just cool, Mike. Those are just cool. Vibrates the joint.
Vibrates crazy. I love Take Off Your Cool, too.
All those records are just cool, Mike. They're just cool. Vibrates the banger. Vibrate and Pink and Blue. Pink and Blue, the bass line. And Vibrate, just the whole record.
Vibrate's great.
Flag and come join the band.
Vibrate's great.
Yeah, Vibrate's crazy. But Vibrate is clearly the highlight of the second half of the album. That's what I'm saying.
You think
the first
so?
half of the album, the first half of the album is like, well, which song is your song? Because there's plenty of songs. Second half is like, well, Vibrate's the shit, Pink and Blue's the shit, rest of the shit cool.
I like Behold a Lady. I think the only one that I may agree with you on is Love and War.
How about this? I like Behold a Lady more than Roses, but it's just dope. It's not like the first half of the album, Mike. I'm sorry.
Well, let me go to Stankonia.
The first half of the album got Prototype and She Lives in My Lap right next to each other. It's like, stop that. There's nothing like that on the second half back to back. Nothing.
Let me go to Stankonia.
Nothing.
I think you're punishing that record because of the...
How about this? Spread's better than everything on the second half of the album except for Vibrate, and that might be the third or fourth best song on the first half of the album. That's how much better the first half is in the second half.
The first half is better. I will say that. Gasoline Dreams on Stankonia here. Then we got So Fresh, So Clean. Then you got Miss Jackson.
Mike, the first set of singles Outkast ever did is still their best set of singles. Players Ball, Southern Playalistic, Get Up, Get Out. It's the best set of singles.
Then you know what? I will kind of go back and forth with you on that. I'll give Stankonia that. The singles were strong. Even though I'm not a huge Miss Jackson fan like that, it's a big record. You got Bonds Over Bad Dad. You got Miss Jackson, So Fresh, So Clean. That's strong.
Okay. So watch this. Okay, so
I
players
like
ball.
Gasoline Dreams. I'm not the one bugging y'all. I understand what Coop's saying, but I like
It's
Gasoline
not
Dreams.
like that. It's not like that.
All of my heroes did dope. Every nigga around me playing Mary or paying child
You know what it
support.
is? How
I
about this,
can't
Mike?
cope.
How about this? Let's look at it like this. Let's look at it like the last time you heard anything, you heard Chunky Fire, and then you heard this. You still think it's good?
Listen, I have been
Oh,
listening
y'all
to.
doing dope if you think that.
I
It's
mean,
not as good as any
all
of
the
their other
way,
intros, and it's definitely not Chunky Fire. It's definitely just okay.
all the way leading up to October 31st, 2000, when Stankonia was released. I had been listening to Akuma and I backwards and forwards. I already made up in my mind. I have no expectations of this new album being anywhere close to this album. But
And the first
I ain't
song
gonna
lets you
front
know
for
that
you.
was going to happen.
When I first heard Gasoline Dreams, I wasn't like, oh wow. I was like, okay, we got Cass back. So I mean, I feel you. It's a good song,
It's just okay.
but it's not that
It's just
level. Snapping and trapping. I got mixed feelings about that. Again, that's
I don't like the
that's
beat.
Mike that's Killer Mike's first intro to an Outkast effort. I like him and Big Boy going back and forth. Big Boy was killing it, but the beat on there was just so wild and erratic.
I don't
So
like the
I
beat.
don't really go back to snapping and trapping like that, but I get what they were doing. Spaghetti
It's the beat.
Junction's awesome. The cookie skit, the Kim and Cookie skit is awesome.
It's too many skits.
It
on
is a lot of
Stankonia.
skits. It's more skits than they had ever done before, at least as individual tracks. And then you got Call Before I Come, which I can keep. And then Bonds of a Bad Dad. Boom. Explosion. Oh, then Explosion. I'm not a big fan of Explosion.
It's cool.
It's cool. Big
It's
Boy
better
did
than
his thing
Gasoline
on
Dreams.
there. I mean, and I like when 3000 was like, sound travels at 1,130 feet per second. Niggas in the street, they will in a hurry. When niggas start biting, that's when 3000 starts to worry. A little knowledge from the College of Wizard Ray Murray. He was kind of dialing in a lot on this album, too. That's kind of what I wasn't a huge fan of. We love these hoes, I can do without, but I get it. Humble
Hold on,
Mumble.
pause. No, Mike. We love these hoes stays. From the weave to the fake eyes to the fake nails down to the toes. We love
It doesn't fit on this album like that, though. They're
Let's
all
stay.
over
No,
the place.
hold on. This is a funk mission. That's one of
Yeah.
the funkier records on there.
This album feels like, especially since I'm reading it now, it feels like Big Boy side, Dre side. This feels so separate. Like, you know what I mean?
That's why I said you could have put roses on here, Mike.
Yeah.
I told,
And it would have
I'm trying
made
to tell
sense.
People, it's like, how can you hear this album and not hear the separation?
Yeah. I feel like the last album they actually made together was a Kumina.
It was.
Drinking Again interlude's funny. Obviously, Humble Mumble's incredible.
No. You
The
can keep
question
Drinking
mark
Again
song.
interlude.
What do you think about the question mark song?
Okay, so mark of his talent. It doesn't fit except for the fact that it might have been the best verse you heard that year.
36 Chambers of the Super Chat says Stankonia was critically acclaimed. It seemed that that it was the first Cass album that got the mainstream attention and had white college kids listening, but wasn't quite as good as their previous works. I couldn't have said it better myself, 36 Chambers. And see, this is why Outkast is so interesting. And I think Stankonia really makes my point when I talk about how they continuously got bigger and they were expanding their audience. I think for Stankonia, it felt like a lot of people were hearing this group for the first time, or they heard them before but didn't recognize them. You know what I mean? Because the sounds were so different and changed so much. Red Velvet, I love. You're not a big fan of Red Velvet, I've heard you say on the show.
Yeah, it's not good.
I love Red Velvet. Dawn was the one who came in
Wow.
contact. Yeah. What'd he say?
Wow,
I love
this is how
Red
I look.
Velvet.
Here's how you have to look at Stankonia. If you are familiar with Outkast catalog, ask yourself, how many of these songs would make previous classic albums?
Oh, no, I
previous
know.
3? And Mike, there's like maybe 5 records. out
We
of
Love
like
These
17.
Hoes ain't making it either.
No, but We Love These Hoes damn sure better than some Red Velvet. Mike, the only records
No.
on here that's making it on 3 previous Outkast albums is Spaghetti Junction, So Fresh, So Clean, Gangsta Shit, Bombs Over Baghdad, and Miss Jackson. The rest of the shit ain't even making it.
How can you measure a nigga by multiple figures he make? God,
The
God,
rest of the
God.
shit ain't making it. That includes Humble Mumble. That includes
Mm-mm.
Questions. That includes Some Beautiful. That includes that Gasoline
Ooh.
Dream some mid. I'm gonna go ahead and say
Red Velvet
Gasoline
is
Dream some
hard.
mid.
Nah.
And ain't none of them making no real Outcast albums where Outcast been recording together in the
Had they
desert.
not purchased his newest Mercedes, it loses value soon as you drive that bitch off the lot. Would he still be the ladies' most wanted? Doggone that you going wanted. He got a type nigga around the town. Had they not played it so flashy, ashy when half of these niggas hurting, they're working. Would he be found?
How can you
Yo.
listen to Aquemini and think that that's hard? No.
Gangster shit.
Keep that.
I like
You put
gangster
gangster
shit,
shit
but
anywhere.
I
You
didn't
put
like
gangster shit on the
gangster.
first album. That's
Listen,
what's beautiful about gangster shit. You can put gangster shit on the first, second, or third album, and it makes sense.
I'm gonna say something very controversial here, and I like
Better
gangster
not say
shit.
anything.
I really
Gangsta
like the
shit's great,
Carmo.
man.
It was a remix I think Carmo did. Shout out to Carmo, the same producer who
It's one of the
produced
best.
this
It's one of
song.
the best Dungeon Family
Yeah,
posse cuts,
yeah.
if not the best.
The same guy that produced this record, Carmo. Shout out to him. He produced My Boo for the Ghost Town DJs. Classic shit.
Banger.
Yeah, I love gangster shit, but I think, first of all, I think Big Boy's verse is the best verse on the song. And I think people slightly overrate Dre's verse on there because he's going last, and it's the effect.
I told you he needs that though.
Yeah.
I told you put Big Boy anywhere. OUTKASTONDGOODIE. So fresh, so clean, back with stank on your Dungeon family. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
But no, hold on. Here's what I'll tell you. Part of why I do think it's one of the best Dungeon Family songs, period. It's one of Outkast's 20 best songs, too.
Really? High praise.
Oh, yeah. Gangsta Shit would be in their top 20. Like, if they have a greatest hits, I would expect to hear Gangsta Shit, Mike, because they both did what they do extremely well on there. It's like, well, Andre is kind of like a scene stealer that says, like, off-kilter thing. Big Boy is like the rock in the core. Big Boy sets off this record for this team. Like he often does if you go back and check the catalog.
He is Outkast, to be perfectly honest.
Andre does what he does best. He steps in and piggybacks off the shit that Big Boy sets off.
Yeah.
Outkast with a K and them niggas are hard. Harder than a nigga trying to impress God.
We'll pull your whole deck, pulling your card,
and still take my guitar and take a walk in the park and play the sweetest melody. No. He's great on there, Mike. That's one of his better verses.
But people act like he just blew everybody away.
Questions are his two best verses on Stank On You. There is actually only two. He's got three great verses on Aquemini. He's got the Humble Mumble verse, he's got the Question verse, and he got the Gangsta Shit verse. The rest of them verses you can keep.
I think Bonds Over Bad Dad's a great verse, too.
Oh, no. You're right. 4. I'm sorry, 4.
And you know what? Even though the song is not one of my favorites, I think his verse on Miss Jackson's great, too. It's a great verse.
It's just good.
Into You Jams with Super Chat says, Big Boy was the nucleus in the Dungeon family. Even Rico mentioned that Big Boy had the whole plan mapped out even before Southern Player listed. I can see that. Big Boy's the leader. To be perfectly honest, JB was here with the Super Chat is Too Short, gonna make the top 50. He has classics. Yeah, we got Too Short. Yeah, we got Too Short in here. You ready to get to this? Actually, you know what? I want to see what your Outkast list is before we get to this.
About what?
I mean, I said Aquemini, Southern Player
you want me to rank their albums?
AT Aliens, and then I got Love Below, Stankonia, Speaker Box, and if we want to throw Out a While, that's clearly last.
Okay. I don't even count Out a While.
Well, we'll count it. It's on the discography. It is what it is.
Like it was just a child your great-grandfather used to have, but your great-grandmother knew about it, but then nobody in the family say nothing. That's what Idlewild is. It's like, yeah, I know that's my cousin over there, but we really ain't allowed to talk about it.
They got 3 albums where they worked together and 3 albums where they didn't.
It's very problematic.
That's interesting, right? When you think about it.
Aquemini is number 1, Mike. It's just one of the best rap albums ever.
Yeah.
When I talk about, when I talk about fullness of a song or a song being complete or having everything, Aquemini is my reference point.
Yeah.
Southern Playlist is number 2, AT Aliens is number 3, Stankonia is number 4. Yeah, and then The Love Below at 5, and then the Speaker Box at 6.
Yeah.
So our 4 and our 5 are different, but everything else is the same.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm not counting Idlewild. I don't know what the hell that was.
It's an Outkast album. It was a soundtrack, I guess. We could say
Very
that.
problematic.
Yeah, and it's interesting.
Nobody
Let's just
buying
say
that.
we do count Idlewild. They have 3 albums where they work together, which was
I don't want
Southern
to do that.
Playalistic, ATLians, and Aquemini. And then they have Stankonia, Speakerbox Love Below, and Idlewild, which they were kind of separate. And they're the #1 group all time. Do you think that that should affect that level of status when, the chemistry, even when they're not together, it feels like the chemistry's there, maybe because they're such polar opposites at that point. But do you think that's do you feel lack of chemistry on Stankonia and beyond?
Oh no, it's okay. So chemistry and continuity kind of play off of each other, but are not necessarily the same thing. And so the chemistry is there, the continuity is not.
People keep mentioning Hollywood Divorce in the chat. What do you think about Hollywood Divorce?
That's probably the best record on. That's the one from Idlewild, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
You got
probably the
Wayne
best
and
record
Snoop
on.
on it.
Right, that's probably one of the 2 or 3 records on there that's actually good.
I like
And
Life
that's
is a
not-
Musical. I think it might be my favorite on there.
I'm gonna be honest. It's been so long since I've listened to Idlewild because it's not good that
Yeah.
I would have to go back. But I do remember Hollywood Divorce.
Yeah. I think Hollywood Divorce is
It's
another
bad.
one of those situations where people were just happy that Andre was rapping. You know what I mean? Like, the verse is cool, but I think it was one of those.
You know what I didn't like Idlewild because I'm like, every time you guys have donated to a soundtrack, you've made a classic record, and this is what you made for your own soundtrack.
They didn't
It's like
try.
Everlasting on the Nothing to Lose soundtrack, Benz or a Beamer on the New Jersey Drive soundtrack, In Due Time on the Soul Food soundtrack. It's like, and this is what you do for your own soundtrack. Y'all fired.
Nigga, I was just listening to what they did on Any Given Sunday. And I know it wasn't totally an Outkast song, but it was Dre, Gip, and Cujo. Sunday morning, Soul Sunday. That shit was incredible. And you got Over the Woods from the Wood soundtrack with Mystical. Crazy record.
Yeah, I forgot
Yeah, if
about
it don't
that.
bump up in the club, it can't rock. If it ain't 808 in the trunk, it ain't knock. If you round out neck of the woods, you better stop. Now look, Dre did
That
that
was a
hook,
banger.
but for the people who want to say, "Oh, that's a Dre hook," no, that's Gip from Black Ice Remix. Yeah, that's his melody. Shout out to Gip too.
Let's get to this list.
All right, let's get to this list. Okay. I want to see where the list is, where we feel like we got our biggest discrepancies, because I want to get this list finished today since we got the time. You know what I'm saying? We got the ability to do it, and we got the people here that can let us know where we tripping. Let us know where we're tripping. Let's go top 20 real quick, and then we'll, sparse it all the way down from there.
Cool.
I feel like we're going to have some Kendrick convo today, and I think we should.
I don't know about all that.
I want to be fair to Kendrick. I was
We
listening
are
to
being fair to Kendrick.
I was
When
listening
you
to
say that, you
Section
make it
80.
seem like we're being unfair. Number 1 is Nas. Number 2 is Jay-Z.
Okay.
Tupac at 3, Ice Cube at 4, Rakim at 5, Biggie Smalls at 6, Snoop Dogg at 7, Chuck D at 8, KRS-One at 9, LL Cool J at 10, Slick Rick at 11, Scarface at 12, Ghostface at 13, Chef Raekwon, who just got married. Shout out to the chef in his happy union. Common at 15, Kane at 16, DMX at 17, Kanye at 18, Drake at 19, Busta at 20, Wayne at 21, Kim at 22, Kendrick at 23, G-Rap at 24, Q-Tip at 25.
Okay.
We have a star. We have a star by Wayne's name, Kendrick's name, Pusha T's name, T.I.'s name, Guru's name, Styles' name, and Lupe's name in terms of people who are on this list right now that we need to maybe audit further. But what I would submit to you is that I would prefer that we throw some more people in the ringer.
Okay, we
Because
can do that.
how about this? I got a list of 12 people. Hold on. Yeah, we got about 16 people we need to put in here. We got MJG, CeeLo, Pharoah Monch, Mos Def, Foxy Brown, Queen Latifah, Future, Inspector Deck, Conway, Master Ace, The Jizza, Old Dirty Bastard, Big L, Big Pun, Andre, Lauren, E40. Where you want to start?
Andre who?
3,000.
And I thought they weren't applicable for this list.
You want to know what? I thought about that, but that's not fair to not get them in here. because we got people in here who never made solo material that are in here.
Who's in here with no solo
Like
material?
Tretch.
Maybe we need to take Tretch out.
Is that how you feeling?
I mean, because he doesn't have any solo material. I mean, he does, but he doesn't. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, because here's the thing, because that's kind of giving like Q-Tip a little bit of a slide too, because it's like, yeah, you got solo material, but it's like it's amplified, Mike. It ain't like.
No, you're right, and maybe Q-Tip's status.
And I know Q-Tip ain't sliding off this list. That's absurd.
Well, I ain't saying sliding all the way off because he does have 3 solo albums. So that makes him applicable in a Prodigy type of way. But maybe he shouldn't be as high and we shouldn't be putting as much onus on his Tribe catalog for his status.
So we're going to put a star by his
name. Well, people are saying Tretch stays. Okay, all right. So y'all want Tretch to stay. So I guess that we do need to put Lauren and 3,000.
I mean, Mike, think about it. It's like, how can you take a guy that wrote the records that we just say that he wrote? Like, you know, like he did OPP, Hip Hop Hooray, Feel Me Flow, Craziest, Uptown Anthem. He wrote UNITY and Just Another Day. It's like, whoa.
But as somebody in the chat says, his catalog's not deep enough. I do think that.
Now, in fairness, he's at 46. It's not like he's high.
Okay. I do think that. And I'm a huge Public Enemy fan. Y'all know that. I mean, KRS being behind Chuck, you know, maybe we need to revisit that and see where that is. But okay. Yeah, we can. I guess first things first. Let's go ahead and start getting people in there and see, you know, where they're at and if they're applicable to be.
So Tretch is staying. Is Tretch staying?
Let's keep Tretch in there because we're gonna run Lauren and Dre through there too. Let me get to the super chat.
We might as well start right there.
Okay.
And get it cracking.
Okay. Zuri with the super chat says a lot of MBN's biggest hits are solely Tretch. Yeah, I mean it's true. Naughty by Nature's biggest hits, I mean outside of Hip Hop Hooray, are pretty much Tretch missions. That's what makes Tretch a little different. I think that's probably why we consider him, you know, for this and didn't hold that against him because I don't want to say he's Black Thought-ish in that way when it comes to the roots, but similar. Tretch is the standout. Okay. All right. Let's start with, you want to start with Lauren or 3,000?
Lauren.
Okay.
You know where we should start too? At 46 where Tretch is.
Okay. They're very similar.
Impact. From Jersey, too.
Oh, yeah, they are.
And you could argue they're the two, well, Redman. Yeah, 2 of the 3 best lyricists to ever come out of Jersey, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. They're up there. Very high.
No, Red Lauren and Tretch would be my 3 out of Jersey.
Really? Okay.
Without any thought.
I think you might be
whatsoever.
Right. Shout out to Joe Budden.
Like I said, without any hesitation, Mike. But you think
Joe
Budden
got a catalog? We'll get to it. We might need to think about Joe in this countdown too.
You throw Joe in?
Yeah. Okay.
Impact. That's
Impact
Lauren.
is Lauren.
Live performance. That's Tretch.
Yep.
Lyrics.
I think that's Lauren.
Okay. Storytelling.
I think that's Tretch.
Me too. Classic albums.
I mean, OPP is a story. I mean, so is his verse on Hip Hop Hooray. Not to mention everything gonna be all right. Classic albums. I mean, I guess the score ends up taking that.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Classic songs.
That's Tretch.
That's Tretch.
Yeah.
Longevity of albums.
I think that might be Tretch. But I think Lauren's stuff has aged better than damn near everybody's.
Yep, and that's why I'm giving her that.
Longevity but he has of songs. But they got OP.
No, longevity of songs is Tretch.
Okay, longevity of songs. Okay, albums, I'll give that to Lauren.
Classic collaborations.
Huh. Tretch is on Aaliyah's 1 in a Million album. He's on Feel the Vibe.
He's on the Vibe and Remix.
Vibe and Remix with Boyz II Men. Um, I don't know if that's enough though. I'm gonna go with Lauren.
Me too. Career longevity quality.
I shit. That's definitely Tretch. Because I think that's one of the
I
things that really hurts Lauren.
I agree.
Yep.
Voice.
Voice. Huh. I'm going Lauren.
It's fascinating. I love Tretch's voice,
I do
but it's
too.
still Lauren.
But I think Lauren has a great rap voice.
And she beat him right there.
Okay. Who's next?
AZ.
Okay, AZ and Lauren.
Impact still Lauren.
Yep.
Live performance, I'm going to slide the Lauren side, actually.
Yep.
Lyrics.
I'll go AZ.
I'll take A2 just because he's had so many stellar bars.
He's had
even though
more.
in a vacuum, I think she's better.
Yeah,
But I
in
think
a
she's better,
vacuum
almost
is
better
Lauren.
than anybody in a vacuum.
Exactly. In a vacuum, but we're talking about in
In
the
a
end.
vacuum, she's better than almost anybody who ever lived.
Yeah.
Storytelling,
That's AZ.
that's A. Yep. Classic albums is A.
Mm-hmm.
Classic songs is Lauren.
Yep.
Longevity of albums, that's Lauren.
That's Lauren.
Longevity of songs is Lauren.
Yep.
Classic collaborations is A.
Mm-hmm.
Career longevity is A.
Yep.
But he's about to lose again, Mike, because it's tied again and it's coming down to the voice.
Yeah, she got the voice over AZ.
Bun B.
All right, Bun B and Lauren, let's go.
Impact.
Lauren.
Live performance.
Lauren.
I think that's Bun, actually.
Think so? Okay.
I'll give you Lauren. No, you're right. It's Lauren. Lyrics.
I think that's Lauren too.
Storytelling.
That's Bun.
I agree. Classic albums.
That's Bun.
Classic songs. That might be Bun, too.
I think that's Bun too.
I think that's Bun, too. Longevity of albums. I think that's Bun. Underground Kings.
Yeah. Okay.
95.
Okay.
Yeah. In Underground Kings 95?
They,
Or was it
they got
96?
before that. Are you talking about Riding Dirty?
Oh, right. Riding Dirty.
Riding
Shit, but what's
Dirty.
the one with Pocket Full of Stones?
That's like 94. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all.
Nah, that's Bun. I want to get my man.
Classic collaborations is Bun.
That's Bun, yeah. That's not even close.
All right, so Bun is the one that took L Boogie down.
Okay.
Lauren is at 45. See, but this is what I'm saying. It's like, no, these guys, like the group members who don't have a lot solo material are getting in that are really, really great, like a Tretch, like a Lauren, but they're not going like far. Tretch is 47, Lauren's 45.
Ready to get to Andre?
Well, why not, Mike, since we're here?
Might as well put him up against Bun, right?
No, we're putting him right back up against Tretch. We are not skipping Tretch for
Okay.
Andre, because actually, we know what Tretch's solo missions look like.
Okay.
OPP a solo mission.
It is.
Feel me? Flow a solo mission.
Nah. Oh, is Vinny not on Feel Me Flow?
No, he's not.
I
Those
thought
are three
Vinny was
Tretch
on Feel
verses.
Me Flow.
No, he's not. Those are 3 Tretch verses, sir.
Shout out
KG
to
don't get
Tretch.
enough props as a producer either.
Oh, yeah. You know, I didn't realize he was on Life After Death, actually.
I forgot that.
Yeah. He's a super producer.
I told you, Big loves some Tretch and some Naughty.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
No, KG is a dope-ass producer.
He is. Great with melodies. Impact, Tretch or Andre?
That's Andre.
Andre. Live performance?
That's Andre. I don't know.
Lyrics?
I don't know. I mean, I've seen Tretch where he'll go out there and do OPP and just kill it. I don't know. I might say Andre. I'm going to say Andre.
I've only seen Naughty once, and I wasn't super impressed, so I'm going to lean on you on that one.
I'll go Andre, to be fair.
Okay. Lyrics?
Andre.
Storytelling?
I think I'm going to still go Andre.
Classic albums.
How are we judging this? I mean, that's
I mean, we got to go by their group stuff. So it's
yeah,
Andre.
that's Andre. Yeah.
Classic songs. That's Tretch.
How? OPP,
No
Hip Hop
disrespect.
Hooray. Okay, they don't have
No
records bigger than
disrespect. OPP and Hip Hop Hooray is bigger than anything Outkast ever made. All respect due to Outkast.
I think it's more classic too, honestly. But I think Outkast probably has more classic songs, but the few classic songs that Naughty has are just
Ain't
super
nobody
classic.
ain't nobody playing no Rosa Parks over Hip Hop Hooray.
Rosa,
Not.
Parks,
They
Rosa
not.
Parks was big.
Like when OPP come on, Mike, we boom boom boom.
Okay.
OPP. How can I explain it? I take a frame, I frame it. To have you all jump and shout and saying it. O is for other, P is for people scratching temple. The last P will. That's not that simple. But we all, Mike. Yeah, stop that.
Crisscross got them a piggyback hit off of it too.
I ain't touching that. Longevity of albums. That's 3. That's 3 stacks.
Mm-hmm.
And longevity of songs.
OPP's 93, I think, or 92.
Okay, that's Tretch. Classic collaborations, that's 3 stacks.
Mm-hmm.
So he's moving on. AZ in 3 stacks. Impacts, 3 stacks.
Yep.
Live performance, 3 stacks.
Mm-hmm.
Lyrics, AZ.
Lyrics, AZ, I think. Okay. I'm fine
You
with
have
that.
to do it for the same reason you're giving it to him over Lauren in a vacuum. You can
Yeah.
tell me that Andre's better, but AZ got too much evidence. Like, how
Okay.
many people can honestly say, well, I've rapped toe-to-toe with Nas his whole career. Andre can't say no shit like that. Lauren can't say no shit like that.
AZ has solo efforts where he has to do 3 verses a song. So, yeah.
Mike, he's got rather unique.
Yeah.
We was all fucked up. Now we
LP with the super chat.
Try to blind me, analyze, but can't define me. My mind's divine, heavily entwined with Gandhi sparks from feeble. I leave your nostrils hard to breathe through because my cerebral is more of a high plane in the Hebrew.
Yeah.
My mic devotion brings out my deepest emotion, overdose and wanna be spokesman, sending them through convulsion. Too hard to follow. You took a bite but couldn't swallow. Your mind's boggled, but I'm as deep as Donald Goines' novel.
Yeah.
My whole persona kind of lay back like a recliner and sense a minor. I've been fucking with marijuana. Yeah, he better than it.
Yeah.
3 steps.
LP with the super chat says, these are rappers that are top 50 based off of talent, but don't have a body of work. Those artists should be ranked at the back end, but still ranked. Okay.
Well, that's kind of what's happening with the rubric anyway.
Yeah.
The super talented people without the material are making it, but they're making it on the back end side.
Yeah.
Classic albums is A,
Yeah.
because he's got classic solo albums.
And you know, for the people out there who are like, okay, well, y'all used Outkast albums up against Tretch, and I think it's because, once again, Tretch doesn't have a solo effort, so all we have is Naughty versus Cass. But when somebody like AZ has solo efforts, I don't think it's fair to just put, you know, the Cass efforts up against his solo efforts. You know what I mean?
But even with something like this, listen to what I'm about to say, though. Even if you do think 3,000 is better, this is where I'm talking about where it gets disrespectful. You understand this nigga AZ got a platinum plaque before Nas did for Sugar Hill, right?
Yeah.
Has a single. That's him by himself.
Yeah.
That is a platinum single that AZ put out. We don't have any proof that Andre can even make us a 3-verse song, let alone a platinum single. Do you understand how it sounds disrespectful?
But again,
You
that's going to hurt him up against somebody like an AZ. Now, if we're
Right, that's
talking
what I'm saying.
about,
A came into the game with a platinum single, like.
yeah, and if we're talking about somebody like Tretch who does do solo missions within a group, then it's more of a Cass Naughty conversation. Whereas when it comes to AZ and Dre, it's like, yeah, this is what you don't have type of conversation. Yeah.
Right. So classic songs.
I mean, that still goes to AZ because, like you said, she got Sugar Hill, and we don't have a classic rap song from Andre as an individual.
Longevity of albums. Do or Die came out a year after Southern Playalistic.
I mean, if we're counting Southern Playalistic for Dre, and again, that's why I didn't even want to put him in here because
Right.
it's so, you know what I mean, convoluted and confusing. I would have to still give it to him because of Southern Playalistic.
Right, but see, but Mike, what you have to do is you have to trust the rubric too and understand that, well, he's not supposed to beat somebody like A, and he probably not about to. You feel me? Like, you kind of got to trust the rubric in that sense. Look at where Tretch fell and where Lauren fell. It's like, no, Andre probably about to fall and suffer some of the same fate somewhere in this rubric right here.
Right.
So, longevity of songs.
Longevity of songs. I still think that would go to Dre for, the Southern Playalistic work. Players ball.
Classic collaborations. That's AZ.
Over Dre? Dre has a lot of great collaborations.
Name one better than Life's a Bitch.
I mean, you could name a lot that he has from that era. You got
but I'm asking you to just has a buy-in when you fucking with somebody like A that got his solo catalog, and now we talking about his actual collaborations and contributions. Well, and understand, like think about all the stuff A's really done. Like think about it. It's like Andre got 20 notable guest appearances. The nigga A got like 70 guest appearances. You feel what I'm saying? And so he's done more classic work with people. Remember, this is what I'm saying. Remember Magic Hour with him and CL Smooth going back and forth? Yeah, that's just like a footnote or a cliff note, like on the collaboration done. Remember the I Miss You remix with Monifa? Remember the Lady remix with D'Angelo?
Yep, I was just about to mention that.
You remember Phone Tap?
Dre got a lot of collaborations, though, man.
You don't have no Life's a Bitch or no Phone Tap, Mike. I
would say Life's a Bitch is, I would go Thought Process on his end.
Like I
said,
Phone Tap counts as
so the firm counts as a collaboration? I guess so.
Okay. Aren't you counting like Andre, hold on, aren't you counting Andre's Click stuff as collaborations?
Yeah, I guess so.
That's where most of his dope collaborations are, Mike.
Affirmative Action.
Mike, this is what I'm saying. You want me to pull up AZ's collaborations right quick? That's what I'm saying, because it's monstrous.
What would you say if somebody's saying that AZ lacks versatility in his collaborations?
Okay, so that's why I brought up how he did the Lady remix and the Monifa I Miss You remix. That's really not fair. You can't really say that when he's like done the R&B remix thing too.
Dre's done the Mama I'm a Millionaire. He's got Donda.
Okay, Mike, when you say Mama, I'm a Millionaire, that's a plus. When you say Donda, that's a minus. But I hear what you're saying.
Scientists and Engineers, 16 Ain't Enough. Sorry.
16 is good. But guess what, Mike? I keep asking you to name something collaborative as good as Life's a Bitch, and you don't have that.
But I don't think one song could take you over.
I'm about to pull up AZ guest appearances, Mike, because it's really like so ridiculously long. Like really.
I just want to be fair here. International players.
No, I mean, and I am being fair, but what I don't think you understand is that you're talking about like notable, as in the artist, right? What have you told me? Show me these collaborations without Big Boy.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. A don't need nobody to do this stuff. That's what I'm saying. Hold on.
Okay, so we're separating the Andre collaborations from the Outkast collaborations, and I think that's fair. Because International Players
Andre
Anthem
collaborating, not out.
Yeah, International Players Anthem is an Outkast collaboration.
Mike, let's look at these AZ's guest appearances. Of course, there's Life's a Bitch. There's the A+Z song with A+. There's the Lady remix. There's Affirmative Action. There's the I Miss You remix. There's La Familia with The Firm. There's Quiet Money. There's Alphabetical Slaughter with Papoose and Cool G Rap. I'm just trying to go through some of the notable stuff. There's Layaway with John B. There's The Flyest with Nas. Head Over Heels with Allure. Holla Back with Cool G Rap. Keep Loving You with Dave Hollister. Redemption with Cormega. The Hardest with Styles. Who I Am exclusive with Cormega and Nature. Too Real with Foxy Brown. He's got a bunch of stuff. Harbor Masters with Ghostface and Inspect the Deck. It's like, this is what I'm saying, Mike. We just had 2009. Like, want me to keep going? Like, he just got done so much collaborative work. It's ridiculous.
What about, well, I was just going to go to, because they got a whole list for, Andre's features. But I see that there's a Spotify playlist for it. I'll just go off of that real quick. You got Scientists and Engineers. You got 16. You got What a Job. by Devin the Dude. I like that verse a lot.
Mm,
Sorry, T.I. Throw Them D's remix.
mm-mm.
Walk It Out is a Outcast collaboration. You got Party for Beyonce. Let's see what else we got
I'm taking
here.
A.
We also
I'm saying
have, hold up,
I'm taking A.
Chris Brown Deuces. Forgot about that one.
Hold on,
Um,
was he on the original version of that? He wasn't on the original
nah,
version of
that
that.
was
That's
a
a remix.
remix. Erica Badu Hello. Forgot about that too.
I forgot
Um,
about that.
Lil Wayne's Interlude.
That's
Um,
fire.
you got Lloyd, I Want You remix. With Nas on there. That was a great verse too, actually.
It
Um,
was.
let's see. And this is just me going through the list. Frank Ocean's Pink Matter. You got Life of the Party, Kanye West. You got Walk It Out. That's an Outkast collabo. Throw some D's. Let's see. Oh, Jeezy, I Do. Forgot about that one. Um,
Mm-mm.
I don't know, man. I think that's one of Dre's strong points. I think he gets put on
But
these
name the class.
lists.
Hold on, Mike. Name the stuff on there that's like really classic though. That's what I'm saying. That's not a lot of. You didn't name like really that much classic stuff, Mike. That's what I'm saying. Like you didn't. Most of the classic Andre features, like you pointed out to me, are really Outcast collaborative features, not Andre features.
Hmm.
Like when, to be honest with you, Mike, the only thing that you said that's like I know for a fact is a fucking classic, like to all people, is 16.
What about Green Light from John Legend? Or what about
I'm cool. I'm cool with Green Light. I'm
uh,
cool with Green Light. Do you think Green Light's a classic?
I like Green Light a lot. A
I
lot.
mean, what I asked
I
you,
don't
I
think.
asked you if you thought it was a classic. The question is
Well,
classic collaborations.
listen. I have a very high standard of classics, so I think a
And,
lot of
and
those you mentioned from AZ aren't classic either.
okay,
But
so hold on. So let's pause for a second because here's what I have that you don't understand. I named his outside stuff. I
hmm
haven't brought up the collaborations from inside his albums. That's where I'm about to
right,
win. So let's just parse it out right quick.
Drake, the real her.
How about
That's
this? No, no,
classic to
no.
many
Let's
people.
no, that's not classic. Let's
16
stop it.
ain't enough is a classic.
Okay, hold on. Name the Drake classic stuff.
Without Big
16
Boy.
is it? Yeah, 16 is it.
16, you think is it?
Oh, 16 is
You don't
classic.
think the real
That's
her?
that's a that's a classic. That's the first time I heard that record. I'm like, this is fucking amazing. This is a rap classic. Yes.
Hold on. I want to make sure.
Outside of 16, you tell me what's classic about the classic collaboration.
Okay,
Classic.
let me go down the line real quick, right? So we got Thought Process, right? Goody Mob, boom.
That's classic.
Something Wicked Comes This Way, TLC. Big Boy's
That's
not
not
on there.
classic.
It's Okay by Slim Cutter Calhoun.
It's not
Haha,
classic.
I love that.
I love that record though, but it's not classic.
Let's see, we got Jay Z 30 something remix. You got the I Want You remix from Lloyd. I think that
It's not a
constitutes.
classic because
Yeah,
the regular version's better than the remix, and
really?
Wayne did better.
I
Yeah, Wayne
disagree
did
with that.
better.
I
Yeah, Wayne
disagree
did
with
better.
that. Nah, I
Yeah,
like the
the
one
Wayne
with
version's
Nas
better.
and 3000. Throw Some D's remix. I think that's
None
a
of
classic
hold on.
appearance.
So hold on. So we got one classic so far, right? Though, are you counting the
I
you
mean,
you
by
remix as a
by
classic?
your estimation, I think the Lloyd and the Throw Them D's is very, very strong.
You think the Throw to D's remix is a classic?
I think Throw Them D's remix, yeah. I think it is.
So,
Uh,
like his part, like him.
I think there's a real strong verse from him.
Okay, so we're giving him three right now. Is that what you're saying?
And
We're
then you
giving him
got,
you. You're giving him a you remix and the Throw Them D's remix and saying that's the classic.
I love his
Okay,
verse on Farnsworth Bentley's Everybody. I love that verse.
Mike, you talking about the verses that you love, and you're not telling me if it's classic or not. Though you loving
I
it don't make
mean,
it classic.
again, Coop, my standard for classic is very, very, my standard's
Mike,
like
the
thought
rubric says
process.
classic collaboration. Stop giving him a pass because he's
Okay.
Andre. Do you think the you remix is a classic?
I think it
Because when I
is.
hear you, it's always the Wayne version playing. That's how I know it's not a classic.
Okay. Let's
Same thing
see.
with Throw Them D's remix, Mike. How is it? If it's a classic, why ain't the remix playing more than the original? You want to know what a remix that's a classic that plays more than the original? Flavor in Your Ear. I hear the Flavor in Your Ear remix more than I hear the original because it's more classic.
Classics are largely
The
credit,
Hot Boys remix, Mike, is
but
more
but
classic.
classics are largely predicated on notoriety, and a lot of these AZ collaborations don't have that notoriety. That's what makes this conversation difficult.
It's classic or it's not, Mike. That's why I'm asking you. It's a classic collaboration, as in a collaboration that the artist is notarized for in this culture. Andre 3000 is not notarized for the You and the Throw Them D's remix. Now, you want to say thought process? Yes, that's what a classic collaboration is, Mike.
Rick Ross 16. Let's see.
Two. So we're at two
We
because
got
we got thought process in 16.
oh, they credit him on 30 hours. I like that Travis Scott, the ends. That was a great verse too.
Mike, you like all these verses. You like Andre.
I don't like all these. I'm not even mentioning some of them. Okay. All right. Well, they actually listed the ones without Big Boy on it, and I'm glad they did it in that way. And when you see
And how
it,
that look?
it looks a lot weaker than one would think. So I could see AZ getting that.
So hold on. So let's pause.
I just want to be fair.
No, but let's be fair. Okay. So let's just pause right quick, Mike. On Illmatic, there's a guest appearance. It's Life's a Bitch, right?
Mm-hmm.
95. This is what I'm saying about collaboration. They go back and do the same thing on Mo Money, Mo Murder, Mo Homicide.
Yep.
Those are two classics right there in back-to-back years without me bringing up Phone Tap, Mike. That's three right there.
So for the people out there, we're not counting the Andre features that have Big Boy on them. Those are Outkast features. And again, that's why I didn't even want him to be considered on this list because it gets messy. You know what I mean?
Affirmative action.
Yeah.
Four. That's what I'm saying.
But then people are gonna be like, "Well, why ain't y'all counting the Outkast features?" It's that's why him being
AZ versus Andre, not AZ versus Outkast. That's very simple. If you do not understand that arithmetic, then you have a problem.
But that's why he shouldn't even be applicable to be on this list in this conversation because he doesn't have anything outside of the Outkast stuff. Leroy Green with the super chat says, "Coop, what do you know about the Magic Hour with AZ and CL Smooth?"
That's what I'm saying,
A2H?
Mike. That's
just
five. That's five.
Yeah.
What do you know about CL Smooth and AZ on the Magic Hour? That's glorious, Mike. That's classic.
Eric Terrell with the super chat says,
you see how Leroy popped up and super chatted about an AZ CL Smooth collaboration? Andre ain't got it like that, Mike, with no collaborations. I'm sorry.
Well, Eric Terrell came with a super chat too. He says, Green Light and Beyonce and the Beyonce joint. Talking about Party.
I think Party's more of a classic than Greenlight. If you want to give him Party, I'll give you that.
Eric Terrell also says Something Wicked This Way Comes. Yeah, the TLC joint. I was watching New York Undercover.
That song's not a classic, Mike. It's one of the least mentioned songs on a classic album. It is literally one of the weaker songs on the classic album. His verse is great. Remember back in the time when the only sign we had was Picket, but back in 94, it be this way, something come wicked. G-Ang's killing others for colors, things that we wear for fashion. Other brothers take it for a reason to be blasting. What the cuff is going on? I remember the verse very well, Mike. I'm an Andre fan.
Yeah.
It's not like that. It's not classic. Ain't nobody outside of ATL singing that verse, Mike. Nobody outside of Atlanta know that verse backwards and forwards.
I will say
me,
this.
Mike.
I was watching New York Undercover the other day, watching the reruns. It's on BET Plus now, I think. But anyway, there was an episode.
BET?
Huh? Yeah, support BET. But anyway, there was an episode that started off with that song. Andre's verse specifically. So
they started off with a lot of stuff, Mike. Classic collaborations is AZ.
Okay, all right.
Because it's not an Outkast collaboration; it's an Andre collaboration.
Yeah, I knew bringing him in the conversation unnecessarily was going to be problematic anyway.
Career longevity quality.
That's AZ.
All right, Mike, and guess what happened? This is over.
Yeah.
And Andre, how about this, Mike? We got 3 all-time great MCs who don't have solo material, but their talents got them in the top 50, but not outside the 40s. Lauren's at 45, Andre's at 47, and Tretch is at 48. Meanwhile, people who have done the same things that actually have made solo material, like Black Thought, Method Man, Jadakiss, Big Boy, find themselves at 27, 28, 29, and 30.
Yeah.
It's funny how when you do work, how that works out. Next MC. That's why I didn't mind putting them in. It's like, oh no, if this rubric is right, they ain't gonna go far even with all that talent.
Yeah, but I think the part that's kind of sketchy is we had to pick and choose when we were going to accept Outcast stuff. You know.
That's because they had to go up against solo people.
Yeah.
That's just inherently what's wrong with their catalog. Still have to
Yeah.
put them through the same grading scale. It's like what their shortcomings are doesn't mean that they get absolved from being placed right here too, because people need to see them placed right here so that they understand how serious it is to like make solo material. It's like, yeah, because think about this. How crazy do it really sound that Andre 3000 is really somewhere between AZ and Tretch all time? That ain't how people talk about him now, is it? But when you really look at the output, that's really more like how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, when people see it on the list, though, it looks weird, and they don't understand
I
all
don't
those
care.
rules. But
No, it
you
looked
know,
like no. It looks weird that people keep putting him at like 12 and top 5 and 10 on lists when we don't have a 3-verse rap song. That's what looks crazy. You understand that, right? Like what we do, this list don't look crazy. People putting him at number 10 and 12 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, and we don't know if he can make Dead Presidents or The World Is Yours or Sugar Hill or Keep It Thorough or Incarcerated Scarfaces. Like we don't have any, or All I Got Is You, or we don't have, or One. Like we don't know these things. We
the
don't know these things.
oh yeah, I know. I'm the one that
We
brought
don't know
those
if Mike.
things
We don't
up.
know if he can make the way you move.
The people in the chat are saying that I'm just conceding the Coop. It's not what it is, actually. I
How are you
agree.
conceding?
No,
How is Mike
let me
conceding when
talk
Mike
real
is
quick.
the one that
Let me
put me
talk real
on to
quick.
this?
Coop, let me talk real quick. No, that's not what it is. At the end of the day, man, I am tired of actually having to argue for Andre, and he has nothing to argue for. My whole thing is I don't even think that he should even be considered on this list at all, and I'm gonna have to be spun in a debate against his quote unquote features versus a whole nother solo artist that has a whole list of features. He just doesn't have enough of anything really to be applicable to be in the top 50 conversation as an individual anyway. That's where I stand on it. I don't think he should be
His
on the list at all.
First of all, his talent is what makes him applicable. But also, too, the nerve of people saying that you're conceding to me when you're the one that put me on to this.
Yeah. I mean, it's the
You're the
truth.
one. Look, you're the one that got me here with him about this, and people are like, "Well, Mike, you just conceding the Coop." He the one that put me on to this.
Yeah. Yeah.
He,
I mean, he
look,
doesn't have anything
me
outside
feeling
of the
this way.
Outkast catalog.
Me feel, Mike. I'm never gonna forget. I was like, I tried to put him in my top 5, and you were like, "Are you crazy?"
Yeah, he doesn't have it.
You were like, bro. You were like, "What's wrong with you?" It's like, well, what? You were like, Coop, with what solo material?
Yeah. Hey man, it is what it is, man. I love Dre, but it's I think I'm more of an Outcast. I mean, at the end of the day, it's Outkast's catalog. I mean, it
So,
is
oh
what it
man,
is.
somebody said, then why is Chuck D in your top 10? Man, get
Those are
him,
solo
Mike.
records. Again,
you can tell somebody ain't never heard Public Enemy catalog, which is pretty much a Chuck D solo mission.
and again, I'm trying to be as objective as possible. And even what you saying that AZ has a better feature, catalog. I know that Andre's held high for his features, so I want to analyze it some. So it wasn't like I'm like, no, I'm running with Dre. I was like, I just want to see. I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm just trying to make this the most objective decision round for round as possible. It's not a thing where Coop has his person and I have my person and we're seeing who's going to win or anything like that. No, we're just trying to
Right.
figure out the best list.
Hey, Mike, somebody named Q-Tips in the chat said, I don't like your opinions, but one thing I can say about you guys, you know your music.
Hey, man, shout out to Q-Tip.
Is it the real Q-Tip, maybe?
Who knows? Possibly.
Maybe. If so.
But yeah, so LP with the super chat says, Mike started this with Jay as his GOAT and Dre in his top 5. That's called changing your opinion when new facts come. No conceding, just reality. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
not.
what I'm saying.
Listen,
Like,
this is what I
when we
won't
started
do.
Go ahead.
This is what I won't do. I'm not gonna sit here and debate something that's false. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say, okay, since I came in here with Jay as my number 1, there's no moving that. That's not progress. You know what I mean? You hear the arguments at play, and you put everything on the table. You put the evidence on the table, and then you work it out from there. But yeah, Dre's feature.
Hold on. Mike, what do you feel about Chuck D being at number 8 with no solo material, even though he is like the author of like, one of the greatest
I've
rap albums of all
always
time, almost like solo, like almost
all of
completely
those
solo.
all of those
What say
records,
you?
all of those Public Enemy records are Chuck D solo records. And
The nerve of people,
and
Mike, like the
so
nerve of people.
I think this is what we're talking about here, and what people have to understand is back in the era where Chuck D and Public Enemy came to the table, everybody, with the exception of LL Cool J, was in a quote unquote group, right? My thing with people not having solo material is just the structure of the song itself. Do you want to hear Andre 3000 for 3 verses on a song? We don't know. We know that we have classic, all-time classic hip-hop songs with just Chuck D rapping on those songs. So we're not going to sit here and say just because from a contractual standpoint he signed as Public Enemy and these were put under the Public Enemy brand that we're going to question whether Chuck D can carry a fucking song with his rhymes and his voice. We know that's the truth. We don't know that with Andre. That's what makes things different for Chuck and Andre. That's honestly what makes things different for Andre and Black Thought too, because we do have a You Got Me. That's what makes things different for Andre and Q-Tip. We do have a Bonita Applebaum, even when they were Tribe. We don't have any of those things with him, so it's not the same.
Mike, what in the name of crack cocaine makes people think that Chuck D and what?
They must have never heard the catalog. Who else is rapping on Fight the Power, guys?
This is blatantly, to me, people who were not familiar with Public Enemy's catalog. Chuck D got more solo songs than most solo MCs.
Yeah, because if we keep it a buck, man,
that have whole careers that have had more features than Chuck, like his have ever had, like in 4 or 5 Public Enemy albums. Are we joking here?
It takes a nation of millions to hold us back. I
didn't even know Flavor Flav rapped till 911 as a joke, Mike. That's album number 3.
It takes a nation of millions to hold us back. Chuck rapped that whole album. Ain't no features on there.
Damn features.
It's one of the greatest hip hop albums ever made, and it's just him rapping. So if we want to play that game, we could sit here and say, well, Rakim was in a group. Was he? Only nigga I hear on Paid in Full. Only nigga I hear on Paid in Full rapping is him. He's not trading bars with Big Boy over here. They're not the same. You know what I'm saying?
People really tried that. Y'all really just tried that.
Yeah.
Shame on y'all. Tried that. Y'all failed.
Jermaine Johnson with the super chat says, 3000 argument gets very confusing and convoluted. For that reason, I just simply base it off the MC's work I like the most. 3000 makes my personal top 10. Vacuum stuff. And I get that in a vacuum. I mean, that's cool. But I just feel like he just, doesn't have enough data to be a part.
No. I got an idea. You want to know it? Show people better than you tell people. Mike, let's do Chuck D versus 3000 right quick since people are seeming to miss something. Mike, Impact, Chuck D or Andre 3000?
I would go Chuck D on that.
Mike, live performance, Chuck D or Andre 3000?
I would go Chuck D on that.
Mike, lyrics, Chuck D or Andre 3000?
I would go Andre on that.
I wouldn't, but okay. With what 3-verse songs, Mike? Because Chuck got 3-verse songs in his group. Hold on, because you get what I'm saying?
It becomes a vacuum conversation. That's why he's not.
Since we're comparing groups and the lead members of the groups, if 3000 is better lyrically than Chuck D in the framework of his group, show me the 3-verse song where, because I can show you 3-verse songs from Chuck D.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So how is Chuck better lyrically than Andre again?
I think in a vacuum, if you
talk about... In a vacuum, he is.
Yeah.
I told you, Lauren better than all these niggas in a vacuum. That vacuum shit, get shit up off the flow. That's what I'm saying. List.
When you involve Lauren and Dre, all you have is vacuum conversations.
But we have a rubric to follow. That's what I'm saying. So lyrically, lyrically based on our rubric, where's Andre better than Chuck D except in a vacuum? Because this list is essentially about evidence.
I feel you. But people's minds are going to go right to the vacuum. Just like we do with Wu-Tang.
let's let's just say lyrics is Andre's. What's storytelling, Mike?
That's Chuck.
What about classic albums, Mike?
I say that's Chuck in my opinion.
I'll tell you that's a tie because I think both groups made 3 classic albums.
That's cool. I mean, if we're talking about the group thing, because again, we're shifting back and forth to the individual.
No, because we're doing
Cass.
Chuck and Andre, because people want to know why Chuck is so high apparently and like Andre is so low apparently. Mike, watch this. Mike, classic songs.
That's Chuck.
Longevity of albums, Mike.
That's Chuck.
Longevity of songs, Mike.
That's Chuck.
Classic collaborations.
That's Dre.
Career longevity quality.
I think that's Chuck.
Voice.
I think that's Chuck too, and I love Dre's
Andre
voice.
just lost to Chuck 9-2. That's why.
I mean, that's just my opinion.
That's why.
He don't have a lot to go on.
No. You want to know why Chuck's so high? Look what Chuck just did to Andre. 9-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why Chuck in the top 10. The nerve of people. Like, that's what I'm saying. If you put Andre shit factually out, it's like, oh, he's not touching somebody like Chuck. Very few people are. How many people walking around with more impact than Chuck D? Better live performance, better lyrics, better songs, more classic albums, more longevity, better voice. Stop that.
I think where a certain generation gets confused is where they don't understand that groups in that era had a front man, kind of like a rock band. And that front man might have been in a quote-unquote group, but they were doing all the solo leg work that a solo MC would do. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's really no difference between Chuck D in that era and any solo MC of that era. Big Daddy Kane had Marley Marl producing the whole album. So technically, you could say Big Daddy Kane and Marley Marl were a group, right? You know what I mean?
Rapping DJ Polo.
Yeah, exactly. You could say,
Rakim,
yeah,
Boogie Down Productions.
Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, Boogie Down Productions. KRS is the only one rapping on those Boogie Down production albums. The only one. So yes, technically they're in a group by contract and by, I guess that's the way that they were doing it back then. But if we want to talk about on wax and can this person make a Criminal Minded that can hold your attention with just them rapping, they've proven that they have solo chops. However you want to spin it. There's no way in the world you can prove that Andre has solo chops. It's never been proven. So don't put Andre in the same conversation as those guys just because they were quote unquote in a group. It doesn't make sense.
Hold on. Let's pause for a second.
That's why I don't even be wanting him on these countdowns.
Think about when we talk about Kane and we talk about, well, Kane's catalog don't hold up to his peers, but he has everything else.
Yeah.
Andre shit don't compare to Kane shit catalog-wise as a solo MC, and he's not a better lyricist than Kane. So what does that say about him, really, when we got Kane at 18? And most of the reason why Kane is at 18 is because his catalog don't measure up to the other solo MCs. And y'all think this guy that's a solo MC don't deserve to be that down in the 40s? Yes, he do, because Kane only at 18. And I know Kane's a better MC than him. I know that.
That
ain't no if or no like. No, Kane better than Andre on the mic.
Heavy Mental with the super chat says, Yo Bum Rush the Show got Chuck rapping 4 verse songs for Dolo. He does. My Uzi Weighs a Ton got 4 verses, guys. And y'all want to sit here and talk about this man's in a group? Come on, man.
They don't know the.
That's why I don't even want to entertain this.
They don't listen to Public Enemy. It's just flagrant that this audience that follows us is not up on that Public Enemy knowledge. And quite frankly, like, shame on y'all. You don't know what you think you know.
And to think how early he was doing this too. You know what I'm saying? Like the way he was rapping at that time.
89, 90, yeah.
Yeah, 86, 87. That's advanced, man. That's early, man.
Him and KRS. And Rakim, like these guys, yeah.
The whole conscious.
How about this, Mike? He's right there with those guys.
The whole conscious movement comes from Public Enemy. I know Public Enemy would tell you that their whole aura was influenced by Melly Mel's final verse on The Message. But no one had made a career out of that kind of rap before they did it. And so that whole sector of, the Qualies and, the Yassine Beys and all that, that comes from the lineage of Chuck. Ice Cube comes from the lineage of Chuck. Tupac comes from the lineage of Chuck.
Scarface.
It is what it is, man.
Scarface.
And we must
Scarface
recognize
does
that.
too
We
much.
must acknowledge that. We can't just sit here and act like that's not the reality. Jermaine Johnson with the super chat says, simplify. Okay, simplify. For example, Black Thought and Chuck are top 10 MCs. I don't care how anyone slices the group/solo argument. Am I crazy? No. But you feel that way because you have heard them hold down records. And you would be justified in that thinking because of what we know they can do as an MC. I think when we're talking about a solo list, and the most important about an individual MC list, in my opinion, is your ability to be by yourself as a solo artist. And if you don't even have that, how are you even applicable for a list like this?
Let's get to another MC, Mike. Let's put MJG in.
Okay.
Where you want to start?
And you know
on that?
what? MJG is a good person to speak about too, because I love MJG. You know how I feel about him. He was always my favorite between the two. And I bought No More Glory. MJG as a solo artist is not the same as MJG with 8 Ball.
He's not. He's not as
And
good.
8 Ball without MJG is the same 8 Ball as he is with MJG. So being
Facts.
solo matters. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Facts.
and I love MJG, but yeah, I think he's one of the most talented, probably the most underrated Southern MC there is. But as a solo artist, he loses some of those points that he
Let's
would
put
have
8 Ball
when he's
and
in a
MJG
group.
in right now, but separately.
Okay.
We want to start with 8 Ball or MJG.
Let's start with 8 Ball.
That's cool. We're gonna start at 47 with Andre.
Okay.
Impact.
Impact is Dre.
Live performance.
That's Dre.
Lyrics.
I think that's Dre too.
Storytelling. I think that's 8 Ball.
That's 8 Ball. He got Mr. Biggs. 8 Ball is a dope storyteller.
Classic albums.
Huh. 8 Ball and JG have a lot of classic work themselves. And then 8 Ball has that triple disc loss. Which I don't think is a classic, but you know.
I don't either. It's got some good stuff on there though.
Yeah. I'm gonna still give that to Dre. Outkast stuff is, yeah.
Songs. Classic songs.
I think that goes to 8 Ball because he actually got them.
Correct. Longevity of albums.
I think that goes to 8 Ball. Coming Out Hard was 93.
Longevity of songs.
Players Ball, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Classic collaborations.
That's interesting.
It is.
I'm going to still go Dre.
Okay. I think that could be a tie, but okay.
Yeah.
Career longevity quality.
That's 8 Ball.
Voice.
I think that's Dre.
I do too. Okay. So 8 Ball didn't get past Dre. So slide him down to Tretch. Impact. 8 Ball with Tretch.
Tretch.
Live performance. Tretch.
Yep.
Lyrics. Tretch.
Yep.
Storytelling. 8 Ball.
I don't know. That might be Tretch too.
Okay. Classic albums.
That's 8 Ball.
Classic songs. That's Tretch.
Yeah.
Longevity of albums. That's Tretch too, actually.
Yeah.
Longevity of songs is Tretch too. Tretch actually beat 8 Ball easier than Andre did. Down to Cam at 49.
Okay.
Impact. 8 Ball or Cam.
That's Cam.
I agree. Live performance.
I think that's Cam.
Me too. Lyrics is 8 Ball to me.
Okay. Even though I'm a big Cam guy, that could go either way.
We can tie it. You want to tie it?
Yeah, let's tie that one.
I'm cool with that. I
think
feel
they're
it's comparable for different reasons, but I do prefer 8 Ball.
I think both of them are dope lyricists.
Might be Southern bias though with that too. That's why I'm willing to tie it because I do prefer 8 Ball, and I do listen to 8 Ball and MJG way more than I listen to Cam. Just in full disclosure.
Cam changed the
Storytelling.
patterns though, and but yeah, that's an interesting conversation.
Storytelling. That's 8 Ball.
I think that's 8 Ball.
Classic albums.
I think that might be 8 Ball too.
I do. Classic songs. I think that's
That's
Cam.
Cam.
Longevity of albums. That's 8 Ball. Longevity of songs might be Cam.
That's Cam.
Oh, actually, Armed Robbery.
Lay it down.
Right. That's 8 Ball. Classic collaborations.
That's Cam.
Career longevity quality. It's 8 Ball.
Okay.
Don't you think?
Yeah, it
Who's got-
is.
who's got-
Because Cam kind
who's
of
got the
went in
better-
and out. Yeah.
Who's got the better voice? I say 8 Ball.
I don't know. That's
I'll tell you what. For me, especially for the time he came out and who he came out around, I thought Cam's voice was actually his biggest Achilles heel, because he came out around guys like Pun and Jada and DMX and Styles, who I all considered to have great voices. And so I actually think his voice hurt him with the class of people that he was around and in.
I want to ask the people this one because I don't think Cam has that weak of a voice. I understand what you're saying.
I don't think his voice is weak. I'm talking about in relationship to his contemporaries coming out. I feel like it hurt him. I like Cam's voice. But is it a Jada Kiss, a Pun, a Styles, a DMX? Which were his contemporaries when he came out? No. And that's where I first noticed that the voice could hurt him when dealing with somebody top tier. I do prefer 8 Ball's voice.
And see, if we want to critique 8 Ball, I've been more of a fan of MJG's voice than 8 Ball.
No, MJG has the better voice. But we ain't talking about MJG
No.
and 8 Ball.
But I mean, you brought up Pun, DMX, and all that. We're not talking about them either. But
how about this, Mike? You prefer Big Boy's voice or Andre's voice? Because I think Andre has a better voice than Big Boy, but it's not like keeping them apart as MCs, in my opinion. Big Boy's got a great voice. Like, there's more of a gap in 8 Ball and MJG's voice than there is in Big Boy and Andre.
Well, let's poll the people real quick on that.
That's cool.
Shout out the Roadrunner Gang with the super chats. Jermaine Johnson with the super chat says, Mike, to your point, I do believe that Prodigy is a better MC when bouncing off of Havoc. Group versus solo efforts matter. That's true. I think that, I think Prodigy's best work is when Havoc's involved and he's a group member. But I do think that Keep It Thorough does make you feel like, okay, well, he can do this.
Yeah. That's why I told you, I think a lot of what happened to Prodigy was more personal than capability, Mike. Like, I think he would have been fine, it seems kind of crazy. He would have been fine without Havoc to a degree.
Well, I mean, Havoc's not rhyming on, the first Quiet Storm either. Let's see.
Right. I mean,
all right, I got the poll up. Who has a better rap voice between Cam and 8 Ball? We'll let it get up to 50, and then we'll call it. Let's see what we got.
Okay.
Yeah, the poll's up. Go ahead, vote. Thumbs up in the chat so we can get some more people here. Also, click like and subscribe. I'm recording the hip hop. You already know what it is. All right, so it looks like Cam is up 60% to 40. 12 votes in there. Who's at 50? Lupe?
MC Light.
MC Light, okay.
Lupe's actually at 55 right now, so we probably are going to have to address that because that's way, way out of whack.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Who's ahead of Lupe?
A lot of people. 54 people ahead of Lupe, Mike.
No, I'm talking about like in the 50s.
Oh, Nicki, Fab, Game, Luda. Right.
I understand. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I kind of don't. But I hear you.
I think it's that notoriety and having that notable hit and those notable, I guess classic efforts.
Yeah.
Because Lupe has classic albums that, aren't as notable as the efforts of the people that were slightly ahead of him.
It's fair.
Which you
But
know,
I think, but in fairness to him, I think the Cool is better than anything that Fab's ever made, Nicki's ever made, and Luda's ever made.
I think so too. Um, but they got singles.
That's what it seems like.
Yeah, I think singles are a
What's up
big,
with
big.
the chat? We got what's the vote looking like? So we can
Looks
move to
like
the next
Cam's
person.
gonna win. It's 42 votes in. Cam's up 64%.
Well, it's looking like the 8 Ball is going to be tied with Cam at 49. Because that would make it a tie. Because we have a tie on the lyrics.
Well,
And that
what's
would
the
give them both.
tiebreaker? The best album between the two, and Cam got solo stuff, so it wouldn't be fair to put Cam up against A Ball and JG stuff. So I think the Cam kind of gets that, right?
That's fair.
Yeah,
So 8 Ball and MC Light. Impact.
that's light.
Live performance. I think that's light.
That's light.
Lyrics.
That's 8 Ball, in my opinion.
Storytelling.
She got poor Georgie.
That's light to me.
Okay.
Classic albums. That's 8 Ball to me.
Okay.
Classic songs. What say you?
Classic songs. I'm gonna go light with that.
Me too. Dope. Longevity of albums. That's 8 Ball.
I don't know, man. Light as a rock. It's 88.
Okay. Longevity of songs. Is that light?
Yep.
Classic collaborations. That's 8 Ball.
Yep.
Career longevity. 8 Ball. Actually, it don't matter anyway. Light already beat him.
Okay.
So 8 Ball and Luda.
Are we going past the 50s and stuff too?
Yeah, he's
or-
out to 50, so 8 Ball's not gonna make it.
Yeah. We'll handle outside the 50s a little later. I want to make sure we get everybody in that got a chance so we can kind of sort out the 50.
All right, MJG, Mike, where you want to start MJG at?
Same place we started.
Andre, got it.
Or
Impact.
we could just start him at Cam.
No, I like starting them at Andre.
Andre's
You don't
gonna
think-
beat MJG. Yeah.
You do? Okay, we can start them at Cam.
Yeah. Impact
Okay.
is Cam.
Yeah. Live performance.
That might be MJG, man. MJG killed it on that versus, man.
I would agree with you.
I
think
could
that
be
is
biased
MJG.
though. I'm a big MJG fan.
No, I think you might be right. Lyrics, that's Cam.
Yeah, I'll give it to him because he got so much solo effort. Same thing with the AZ and 3000 conversation. I want to be consistent here.
Storytelling.
Ooh, hold on. Christopher Hogan said something interesting. He said, give me Juvenile over Cam. I ain't mad at that. Storytelling. I can't really think, armed robbery and stuff from MJG, but I'm trying to think of some stories from Cam. I think that might be MJG.
Classic albums. Cam.
I think so.
Classic songs. Cam.
Yep.
Longevity of albums, that's MJG.
Yep.
Longevity of songs is MJG.
Yep.
Classic collaborations is Cam.
Yep.
Career longevity quality is MJG.
Yep.
Tied at the end, Mike, comes down to voice.
They're tied?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go through those again.
Impact is Cam. Live performance is MJG.
Okay.
Lyrics is Cam. Storytelling is MJG.
Okay.
Classic albums and classic songs is Cam. Longevity of albums and longevity of songs is MJG. Classic collaborations is Cam. Career longevity is MJG.
Okay.
5 and 5.
Well, I think the voice goes to MJG in my opinion.
I agree. So then there be Tretch. Impact.
I think that's stretch.
Live performance.
I think that's stretch.
I do too.
Yeah.
Lyrics, I think that's Tretch again.
Melvin Wright
Story.
asks, "How is MJG longevity?"
Didn't 8 Ball and MJG come out like 5, 6, 7 years before Cam even existed?
They never took a break either, and I think that when it comes to Cam, kind of went in and out of the game. You know what I'm saying, when it comes to making music, which is cool.
I mean, for me, Mike, he really only had 2 stints in the game. This is where he first came in and did his first 2 albums. That's when he regrouped and signed with Rockefeller, and then him and Dipset had a run, and then there really hasn't been much since.
Yeah, that's
if
fair.
we're just being honest. And I think some of that was personal life issues and things that happened as well. And also, too, Cam is a businessman.
Yeah, Cam's
and
doing
been making a lot
now.
of money outside of rap for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So, classic albums, Tretch or MJG?
MJG.
Classic songs? That's Tretch. Longevity of albums? I think Naughty precedes 8 Ball and MJG, don't they?
I thought they came out the same year. No, you're right. You're right. That's Naughty. They precede them.
Yeah, MJG is between Cam and Tretch.
Okay.
At 49, so MJG got in, but 8 Ball didn't.
Do we have Juvenile on this list?
Do
we have Juvenile on this list?
No.
Because I think Juvenile needs to get a fair shake. Juvenile is a very talented artist with an album that is very impactful and a pretty good catalog of music altogether.
We have kept it kind of southern. Let's get some East Coast guys in.
Okay.
Let me ask something. Realistically, do you think Pharoah Monch is going to make this list if Lupe is already outside of the 50? And we got to address Lupe.
I think we got to give Pharoah Monch that shot. I mean, he got a catalog and he's longevity.
Do you want to put Pharoah? I was going to ask you, do you want to put Pharoah or Mos in first? Or Yasin, I should say.
Let's do Yasin first, and then we'll do Pharoah.
Now, where are we starting Yasin off at?
Should start him at Andre, right? I guess.
No, unlike Andre, Yasin actually makes solo albums and did a good job at it. So I actually think he deserves to be higher than that if you really want to know the truth.
What's higher where? I know you got it in front of you, so.
I find Beanie Siegel at 40 to be a fascinating place to put Yasin.
Okay.
What you think?
No,
because here's the thing. How about this? Talib's at 42.
Okay.
That's why I'm like, well, Bean's at 40.
Okay.
It's a good place for Yasin, don't you think? Okay.
I think so.
So, Impact, Yasin or Beans?
I think that's Yasin.
Okay. Live performance?
Yasin.
I think that's Beans.
Based on?
No, that's cool. You want to know it. He's more classically trained, has been doing it better longer. That's cool. Yeah. Lyrics?
That's Yasin, in my opinion.
No, it's not. Poll.
Okay.
I ain't never thought Yasin was nicer than Beans.
Really? Okay.
No.
Who's the better lyricist?
Yeah, Yasin or Beans. Put that up in the chat. That's exciting stuff. Storytelling is Beans.
I'm with that.
Classic albums, fascinating. Because I feel like they both have one. But I feel like the other one has a possible.
I think that's Yasin.
How?
Because he has Black on Both Sides and he has the Black Star stuff. And I love
Beanie Siegel has two, maybe 3 great solo albums, though. Solo.
He also has the album, The Auditorium, and all that was on that came out in 09. Ecstatic.
Hold on. First of all, The Becoming. If you think Black on Both Sides is better than The Becoming, I'll give that to you, but not by a lot. But all the other albums lean Siegel's way.
Siegel's very consistent, but
I'm sorry, he's a better solo artist. He's a better solo artist than Yasin is as far as album making.
Listen, I'm not mad at that. I think so. I agree with that. Again, when I deal with the Yasin stuff, again, it's a lot of vacuum things too. OG Winston.
How many classic albums he got?
I think as an individual, I'm going to go One in a Possible.
Okay. Beans got 1 and 2 possibles, in my opinion. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So I'm going to lean on Beans.
OG Winston with the super chat says, "Peace, fellas, based on the criteria, whoever was hot or rapping first seems to have the upper hand." Well, I mean,
That's
that's
not.
part of the game, right?
I mean, that's not necessarily true though. Because DMX is at 17, and he didn't come out until 1998. So how he get up to 17?
Looks like Siegel's gonna win this lyricist thing.
Try to tell you.
No, I'm sorry. No, I said that wrong. Most Def is winning the lyricist thing.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the score?
It's 57% to 43%. Most Def, 47 votes. So we'll take 3 more.
We'll give that to Yasin. Classic. We giving classic albums beans, or are we?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay. Because I just feel like, because here's the thing,
I want to tie it because of the new Black Star album too.
That's cool. That crossed my mind too. That's cool. Classic songs.
That's Siegel, in my opinion.
Me too. Longevity of albums.
I think that goes to Yasin.
It does. Longevity of songs goes to him too. Classic collaborations is beans to me.
Yep.
Career longevity quality is like neither to me, but
between the two, I'll give Beans the edge because, man, no break.
Sure?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, all right, this is how I have to kind of look at it for these guys. While they were both in their primes, Beans gave us a lot more work, right? I think a lot of the slowing down from Beans was based on legal shit, I guess. But it can be argued that from a longevity standpoint, Mos Def can still give us a dope record. It can still give us, even though Peppers is a Black Star thing. But he was on the JID. I don't know. Because again, I want to be consistent here because now we're leaning in the group work.
I'm gonna tell you what. This is the first time that Black Star coming back together has actually been official for them, in my opinion, in terms of something, because I would tell you this was Beans before this Black Star run and before these recent contributions by Yasin. So I will give him.
But that's Black Star stuff, not Yasin stuff. And an Andre 3000 supporter could say we're being inconsistent in that light.
Well, here's also the reality of the matter, too. When's the last time Beans released a solo project? Because I believe Yasin has released one more recently.
Yeah,
it's been a minute for both of them. That's why I'm saying this is like, well, how about this? At their peak, Beans produced more and did better material, but over a length of time, even somebody like Yasin, due to Siegel's legal troubles and then vocal troubles, has kind of outpaced him slightly.
And even the Ecstatic was, that was 2009, so.
See, that's what I'm saying. When's Beans' last album?
I couldn't even tell you.
Right, it's been a minute. So that is Yasin.
Yeah.
Voice?
I love Mos Def's voice. I think he has a perfect rap voice, but I might still say Beanie Siegel there.
Concur. It doesn't keep Yasin from moving on, though.
36 Chambers with a super chat says, Mos has Universal classic albums alone in Black on Both Sides. Can't believe I'm hearing Beans over Mos on classic albums.
First of all, Black on Both Sides ain't like that.
I like Black on Both Sides, but I agree with you. I've never.
It ain't like that, yeah. Okay? This is what I mean. It's not better than like Water for Chocolate. It's damn sure not B. Yeah. It's not better than Illadelph Half-Life. It's not better than Things Fall Apart. It damn sure ain't no Low Inferior Midnight Marauders.
I never thought it was better than Reflection Eternal.
Like, it's like in the relationship of people who he get compared to, it falls on the low end of those classics. It's not like that.
I never thought it was better than Train of Thought. From
you like Train of Thought better. Now, I don't agree with that. But in terms of who they get compared, how about this? Go listen to Like Water for Chocolate and then go listen to Black on Both Sides and tell me that shit is classic.
No, Like Water for Chocolate is better. Yeah.
Because it's a better album. They came out virtually around the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and
Did he move on?
Look, and The Light was a bigger record than Mrs. Fat Booty, too, even though Miss Fat Booty might be the better record.
Mrs. Fat Booty is the better record, but yeah, The Light was bigger.
All right, Yasin's moving up, Mike, to Too Short.
Okay.
Impact,
Short.
short. Live performance,
That's Yasin.
I think that's short, but okay.
Yeah, I think Yasin there. Maybe I'm tainted by Brown Sugar,
You are.
the movie.
Lyrics,
Hold on, let me say something because I went to Mos Def concert at the Tabernacle back in the day. One thing I would hold against Yasin is something that people hold against Lauren. When he performs, he doesn't perform the actual record. He does like all of this these variations of the song. I will admit I didn't like that when I saw Yasin perform live.
short gonna give you his money's worth.
He had a bongo out there, and you know what I mean. It was white people do this, black people do that type of
Right.
performance.
Right.
But okay,
Lyrics,
lyrics. I'm gonna go Yasin.
storytelling, that's short.
That's short.
Classic albums, guess what, guys?
That's short.
That's short.
Yeah, that's short.
Classic songs, guess what?
That's short.
Longevity of albums, Mike, guess what?
That's short. Yeah.
Songs.
Classic
Look, watch
songs.
this.
Yeah, that's short.
Watch this. No. Let the whooping continue. Mike, he got him on classic collaborations too. Tell me he don't.
Oh, he does.
Career longevity, quality.
Oh, that's short too.
This is already over. It was over a couple ago. I just kept going just for the hell of it.
Jermaine Johnson with the super chat says, "Black on both sides is like that."
No, it's not. Niggas ain't playing anything outside of Umi Says, Mathematics, or Miss Fat Booty anymore. That means it ain't like that.
I think that Black on Both Sides is a good 4 mic album. That's where I put it.
Slightly above 4, but yeah. Yasin's at 40. He slid Beans down a notch.
All right, let's go Pharaoh. Pharaoh Munch.
I think we should put Pharaoh where Cam is at. Well, actually, Cam's outside the 50. Ooh, so let's say Bun B. Think Bun B at 45 is good for Pharaoh?
Let's go Dre.
Dre's at 48. Dre gonna end up getting slid out this list anyway, Mike, so you don't have to worry.
Yeah.
Don't you worry about a thing. Impact, that's Andre.
Yep.
Live performances, Pharaoh.
Yep.
Lyrics.
I think that's
Pharaoh, just like it was AZ.
yeah. I was gonna say just like it's AZ, that's Pharaoh, and
Storytelling.
but again the vacuum stuff, storytelling. I think that's Dre in my opinion,
Me too.
but I could be wrong.
Classic albums.
That's Pharaoh Munch because we're putting one man's classic work versus a group's classic work.
And Pharaoh was in a group called Organized Confusion that
He
did
was.
two solid projects,
Mhm.
Equinox and Extension Stress Agenda.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I like they didn't have they were just rapping their ass off on that Equinox album.
Yep.
Yeah. Longevity of albums. Sorry, classic songs.
That's Dre.
That's 3,000.
Yeah.
Longevity of albums.
I think that's Dre in my opinion.
It is because they're about the same time coming out. Longevity of songs is 3,000 too.
Yeah.
Classic collaborations. I find that interesting because Pharaoh's done a lot of great work.
He has, but it's going to be very difficult to say it's notable.
Yeah, because A's work was tough to notarize outside of.
But I will
some
say,
heavy-
"Oh No" is a standout feature.
I don't know if
for
that's
sure.
enough. I'm gonna give that to 3.
Pharaoh's also on the anthem Sway and Tech. It's a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, Pharaoh didn't beat 3,000, so you want to try him at because that's why I said I don't think it's gonna be tough for Pharaoh to make the 50. You think he got a shot against Tretch or MJG? You want to put him up against Tretch right quick?
Yeah.
Impact
Or
is Tretch.
MJG or something.
Let's Tretch.
Okay.
Impact is Tretch.
Okay.
I think live performance is Tretch.
Yeah.
Lyrics is Pharaoh. What you think?
Yeah.
Storytelling Stretch.
Yep.
Classic albums Pharaoh.
Yep.
Classic songs Stretch.
Yep.
Longevity of albums is Stretch.
Yep.
Longevity of songs is Stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna make this list. MJG, Impact.
I think that's MJG, honestly.
Me too. Live performance.
I can go Pharoah Monch on that.
Lyrics. I can go
Pharoah
Pharaoh.
Monch.
Storytelling.
I can go Pharoah Monch on that too.
Yeah, that's Pharaoh on that one. Classic albums. It's MJG.
Yeah.
Classic songs. MJG.
Yeah.
Longevity albums.
I think that's MJG, yeah.
Longevity of songs. Ooh, fascinating. Classic collaborations.
I think the longevity of songs, though, when you have somebody who has dun 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 dun. Yeah, we hear that shit everywhere, and MJG doesn't have an individual song like that.
That's fair. No, that's fair.
Yeah.
Classic collaborations.
I think that's still Pharoah Monch because the MJG collaborations are probably 8-Ball involved.
Right.
Yeah.
Career longevity quality.
I'm gonna get at the Pharoah Monch. He never stopped.
All right, Pharoah just bumped MJG out to 50, so that's where he is. That's a nice guy to have at your 50.
I think so too.
Rap his ass off. Okay, so want to get some of the MCs who happen to be women in. I have a Foxy Brown, a Queen Latifah sitting right here.
Let's go Foxy.
Damn right.
Yeah.
She's getting blackballed like an MFer everywhere she goes.
It's crazy, man. They're leaving her off lists and shit.
Lauren at 46 is where we're starting. Impact.
Impact is Foxy, in my opinion.
I would tell you that I agree with that.
Because people followed Foxy's path and not Lauren's path.
You don't have to. You don't have to explain it. What
but I want to explain for the people out there, you know.
No. People ask questions. We will explain it to them. Or you can just pay attention to what's been happening in the rap the last 25 to 30 years.
Yeah.
Live performance.
That's Lauren.
Okay. I'm still scarred from the performances. I'm sorry. I just be wanting to say anybody other but Lauren.
Well,
it's
Foxy does show up on time.
And it's out of the trauma that I've suffered.
Foxy will show up.
That way when they be like, Lauren Hill live performance, I'd be like, oh, how long we about to wait? Okay, I'm gonna stop being shady. All right, back to it. Lyrics.
That's Lauren. Wait a minute. For the same reasons,
we gotta be consistent. Yeah. You're right, because Foxy got solo bars.
Hold on 1 second.
Storytelling is Foxy too.
Yep.
Get You Home, The Promise,
Mm-hmm.
Affirmative Action, even though the arithmetic is bad and she don't know how to push weight. Don't you ever do my math for me. Cut your finger off. Classic albums.
She got albums, so it's Foxy.
Classic songs, that's Lauren. It is.
Classic songs is Lauren. You got Lost Ones.
Yeah. Don't do it.
No, I'll give it up. Give it up.
Longevity of albums, that's Foxy. Longevity of songs is Lauren. Because man, these songs have stood.
Yeah.
Classic collaborations, that's Fox.
That's Fox.
See, Foxy just beat Lauren.
I'm not surprised.
Me neither. That's why I mean it's like, well, you don't want to put these people in. It's like, no, put them in and let them take these L's for not doing solo work. Bun B and Foxy.
Hold on 1 second. 36 Chambers with the $20 super chat showing love says, for where y'all got Too Short on this list, where does E40 fall? I don't feel like
we ain't did 40 yet. I got 40 down here.
Okay.
40's on the list of people we need to do.
I don't feel like they're that far apart. Also, is MF Doom cracking the top 50? He definitely feels top 50 when verses are coming out years after his death. We're going to get MF Doom in there. Definitely.
Doom's already in. Doom's at 42.
That's right. Doom's at 42. I didn't have the list in front of me.
No, you're fine. Doom's at 42. And actually what I would tell you is that Too Short's at 39. I could see E40 falling around that Bun B slot, 45, 46. But let's finish up with Fox. Fox and Bun B. Impact, that's Fox.
Yep, for sure.
Live performance, you think that's Bun?
I think that's Bun.
Yeah, me too. Lyrics?
Okay.
I like Fox.
I like Fox, but
taking Fox.
Where does the ghostwriting thing come in at? Does that hurt anything? I mean, I would have to kind of go with Bun at that point.
Let's get some things straight. What songs did Jay-Z write?
I don't know.
He wrote "I'll Be." I know he wrote "I'll Be," Mike.
Okay.
Do you think he wrote the verse on "Ain't No Nigga"?
It's possible. What up, boo?
Because
Just
when
keep
you
me
hear,
lacing the
I only
illest snakes.
forge this question because when you hear her rap on that record, stylistically more his flow pattern than hers. When you was in what bullshit sweaters and hooked out Berettas, that's Jay's flow.
Yeah.
That's Jay's flow.
Vocabulary alone. For
No, we know
what
the
was she?
vocab.
15,
That's Brooklyn
16
slang.
years old? Bun B's verse on Murder. Yes. I mean,
Foxy Brown's verse on "I Shot You," which I know Jay didn't write. That's not Jay or Nas. Them niggas didn't write that shit.
okay. I want to ask the people. Who's the better lyricist, Bun B, Foxy Brown?
Great. Storytelling. Who we got? I actually like this matchup.
Storytelling. That
I think
might
that's
go
Fox
Bun.
again.
You think that's Fox again? I'm trying to think of
Where?
some stories from either.
The promise, and Get You Home are both stories. That's what
Okay.
I'm saying.
You right. Okay, let's go
Havoc
Fox.
Strikes Again, like Havoc be bringing the stories out of people because the promise is like a female rap version of the setup. Mm-hmm.
Let's see what people are saying in the chat or in the poll. They got Bun B up.
Classic albums.
That's Bun.
Classic songs. That's Fox. That's Fox. She's on a lot of classic stuff, Mike.
She is. That's Fox.
In addition to having her own classic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Longevity of albums is Bun.
Okay.
Longevity of songs is Fox to me. Unless you feel like...
I agree. Because before, around that time when Fox was making hits, and I just heard Case's Touch Me, Tease Me yesterday.
That's what I'm saying. It's a banger, Mike.
Yeah,
it's a banger.
Yeah.
Bye-bye, just keep me laced up. Ella Tracy, Caesar Bugatti, Isaac Mizrahi. Fuck around with Dolce, Gabbana sipping Pure Say with the ill. She's nice, Mike. She nice. She always has been.
Yeah.
Love Fox. Yeah, she's always been nice.
People are saying Fox probably wrote more than Kim.
Might be fair. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Do
Fox's
we,
first album,
do we need to reassess Kim?
The only track that I know somebody wrote on her first album is "I'll Be." I know Jay wrote "I'll Be."
Okay.
That's it. I don't know about the other ones. Classic collaborations. That's fascinating. I think that might be Fox too.
I think that's Bun. Bun went on a whole collabo run. I don't know
You're
if
gonna have to pull out Bun's collabs.
Huh?
I'm sorry. You're gonna have to pull out Bun's collabs.
Okay.
We don't believe you need more people. We don't believe you. You need more people.
Let's see. Bun B was everywhere for a minute, man.
Mike, you keep forgetting it's classic collaborations.
Okay. Let's
Classic.
See.
And Inga got Bumba Clyde classic collaborations out the Bumba Clock. Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Yes, you do.
Is Dre the only person that has like a whole features segment in Wikipedia?
Well, they're the only person that really gets a feature segment, Mike, because there's no albums to go off of.
Yeah.
So that's how that goes.
Let's see.
That goes.
Okay, I got featured singles here. Guest appearances. He got one. All right, so Bun's guest appearances. A lot of these things are like, real regional at first, where you got like Chopper City in the Ghetto, where he's on Retaliation. He's on the Hot Boys, Get It How You Live, I'm Coming. He's on Ballin' for the Big Timers. As the World Turns, 50 Cent. Okay, let me get in the 2000s here. You got Diamonds from Lil Jon and the East Side Boys. You got Dreams from Tila. Reaction, Killer Mike. You got Bezel, T.I. that's on Trap Music. You got Southern Boy, that's Big Timers and Wayne. Okay, I'm with
Mike.
you. Yeah,
I'm about to
that's
say, Mike,
Foxy.
you want me to start reading? You want me to start reading these collabs out and catch this body right quick?
I remember End of the Road, Jim Jones and T.I. I like that song.
Mike, you want me to read out these Foxy features and you catch this body?
Grand finale on Lil Johnny's
You want me to read out these Foxy features, Mike, or you just want to give it to Fox?
No, we'll give it to Fox. He's on
Right.
Trap or Die too. That's a big one though. For you Jeezy fans out there, I'm not gonna forget that.
I'm a Jeezy fan, Mike. You don't want no smoke with this guest appearance list. It's phenomenal, Mike. It is. Her
Into
guest
the
list
is
rap
H.
sheet.
Phenomenal. Okay.
Oh my God.
All right, we got Foxy on that one. And by
I
the
mean,
way,
Mike,
Bun B won the lyricist 56% to 44%.
I mean, just real quick, Mike. Affirmative action. Touch me, tease me. Ain't no nigga. I shot your remix. Good night.
Okay.
Good night.
Critical
Just
Mass
good
in the
night.
super chat says Broken Silence is a classic by Foxy Brown.
Broken
I love the
Silence
Foxy
is
love.
a banger.
I love the
Thank
Foxy
you.
love that's going on.
Broken Mike. The first 7 songs on Broken Silence is as good as I've ever heard any female rap for 7, 8 songs on anything. Period. That includes Lauren. She went the fuck in on Broken Silence.
Y'all gonna make me go back and listen to Broken Silence. It's been
Mike, the first verse, the falling verse. Oh no,
I like Foxy a lot.
Come on, y'all want to see me? Y'all better use 5 letters like Chloe, Fendi, Dior, Boots. Yeah, first trip, first class, Parat. She's bananas on there. 7:30. Oh yeah, BK Anthem, Candy with Khalees. No. That shit.
I remember Candy with Khalees. Shout out to
Yeah, that's the
Emcee.
album. Remember, oh yeah, BK Anthem. This is all off one album.
Oh yeah, it was
That shit's a banger.
hard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
All of that.
Oh yeah, it's a banger. My bad, guys. I'm over here plugging up my.
I like
other
BK
device.
Anthem.
I like BK
I love that
Anthem too.
beat.
You
Yeah.
like the beat? I was gonna say I wasn't a big fan of the beat per se.
I like the beat.
It sounded very Rockweiler-ish.
Might have. It was the time.
Yeah, it was.
Career longevity quality. That's Bun.
That's fun.
Hold on 1 second. Bun might have already lost. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Lyrics. He won lyrics, right?
Yeah, he won lyrics.
Oh, Mike is coming down to voice.
That's Foxy, in my opinion.
Yep. No, ain't no. Pfft. I love Bun. Ain't no conversation about that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So Foxy, and Styles.
Okay. Styles make
Impact.
fights. Impact is Foxy.
Live performances, Styles.
Mm-hmm.
Lyrics, Styles.
Yeah.
Storytelling, Styles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Classic albums.
I think that might go Fox.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Classic songs is Fox too.
Yep.
So is longevity of albums
Mm-hmm.
and songs.
Yep.
Classic collaborations is Styles.
Are you sure?
BMF.
Okay.
Making of a Murderer with Black Thought.
But name off the Foxy stuff you was naming though.
Hold on. I'm still going through it.
Okay.
In my mind, Reservoir Dogs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think
Niggas done started something.
It's a good one.
24 Hours to Live.
It's a good one.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
let's be fair here, though, Coop. Just like the Andre thing, and that's why it's so problematic in bringing him in. How much of that is lock stuff, and how much of that is just straight up Styles P stuff?
You want to know what? Let me pull up Styles collabs right quick. First of all, most of the stuff that I named are Styles collabs. BMF is a Styles collab.
It is.
Making of a Murderer is a Styles collab.
Yeah.
The 24 Hours to Live,
That's
the locks are there, but so is DMX, and so is Black Rob, and so is Mace.
Niggas done started something. The locks and the Mace are there.
So you're
Just
saying
saying.
I can't? Okay.
I mean, we
No,
said
no.
that about Dre. You know?
I hear what you're saying.
Well, this is what Foxy's looks like. I
I know
your
what Foxy
remix.
shit look like.
I shot your remix. This is for the people. You know, we got audience here. I shot your remix. You got No One Else, the total remix, right?
That's the one. Banger too.
Watch Them Niggas from Nas. You're Making Me High remix, Tony Braxton. Forgot about that.
Another
That was
banger.
dope.
No, it's another banger.
Yep. Let's see. Oh, I remember when she did that record with Mia X, Party Don't Stop.
I do now. God, that's been a minute.
Love Is All We Need remix. She's on that too.
That's pretty good.
Mary J. Blige. You got Paper Chase, Jay-Z, that's on volume
No.
2.
We're going to chill. I just went through Styles stuff. Styles don't want that either.
Yeah.
Not without the locks, because you're right. The lock stuff is like a lot of that.
Yeah.
So we'll give that to Fox.
She was on the Thong Song remix too, guys. Christopher Hogan with the super chat says, nobody know Foxy in the South like that. Bun B. South
Stop
stepping
that.
up.
We're an unbiased platform here. We cover all the bases, cover all the things. Doesn't matter who you are, what gender you are over here. Doesn't matter.
T Nitty with the super chat says, Gangsta and the Gentleman is better than any Foxy album.
I don't agree with that because I don't think A Gangster and a Gentleman is better than Broken Silence. So there's that. All right. Career longevity qualities, Bun, right?
I mean, Il Nana's heavy too.
I mean, not Bun, I mean Styles.
Career longevity, yeah, that's Styles.
Yeah, Il Nana's dope too. That's what I'm saying. Foxy, Mike, the Black Roses project that never got released was better than Broken Silence and Il Nana. Just so we're clear. You know who got my copy? I gave my copy to Mala. I never seen that shit again.
Yeah.
And I seen her plenty of times afterwards. It's just so much time had passed. I was like, the fuck I look at asking for a CD back when they don't make CDs no more.
Yeah.
Mike, hold on. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Fox beat Styles, Mike.
Okay.
We're gonna have to go after this, but Talib and Foxy. Impact. Fox. Live performance, Talib.
Yep.
Lyrics, Talib.
Yep.
Storytelling might still be Fox to me.
Really? I think Talib's a pretty good storyteller.
Name it.
Off the top of my head.
And that's why it's Foxy.
I know I'm probably not catching everything.
You need to, but that's the thing about being a great storyteller, though.
You got to be able to just.
You only need 1 or 2 times to get caught to know it off the top of your head. That's why it's like, well, I can always go back to Get Me Home and The Promise. Those are great stories.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think. Yeah, Take You Home. Okay, Fox. Yeah.
Classic albums, I'll give that to Talib. Classic songs is Fox.
Yep.
Fox a beast. Longevity of albums, that's Fox too.
That's Fox too.
Longevity of songs is Fox too.
Yep.
Classic collaborations, is that Fox or Talib?
I think that is still Fox. Classic collaborations, like Foxy got some.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's why I be telling people I love me some Fox, because Fox, you want to talk about some vacuum work that's legitimate?
Mm-hmm.
This is what you look like in a vacuum when you do the work and make classic shit. Like, she wasn't around long, but I was very clear on who she was when she was here.
Yeah.
And she riding up the list as such. MF Doom, Impact. That's still Fox.
Oh, yeah, that's Fox, but not by a whole lot. That's Fox.
Not by a lot. Live performance, Doom.
I think that's Doom.
Lyrics, Doom.
Yep.
Storytelling.
I think that's Doom.
I do too. Classic albums, Doom.
Yep.
Classic songs, Fox.
Yep.
Longevity of albums, Fox.
Yep.
Longevity of songs is definitely Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, this is fascinating. Classic collaborations. Because he doesn't have the
two different
notarized
levels,
ones.
yeah.
But to a lot of people, he's done a lot of underground classic collaboration stuff.
I'm gonna go Doom.
Collaborative albums.
I'm gonna go Doom on that. Like you said, collaborative albums come into play too.
Career longevity quality.
I think that's Doom. Because he initially hit the scene in the early 90s.
And Doom is the one who finally took down Foxy Brown.
Okay. I don't think anybody would be mad about that. Jermaine Johnson with the super chat says, Styles P's solo output is way too heavy and consistent. Yeah, man. Love Styles solo work, but he's very, is it fair to say very currency-ish in that way?
Kind of.
T Nitty with the super chat says,
So
Pole, Gangsta, and the Gentleman versus any Foxy project. Well, we about to get up out of here. What we need to do, let's get this list that we currently have. How many people did we not get in yet?
Okay, so here's what we have. CeeLo, Latifah, Future, Inspector Deck, Conway, Master Ace, The Jizzle, Old Dirty Bastard, E40. And then I have an asterisk by Big L and Big Pun.
The people that I think would crack in there is obviously Pun. I don't know.
I don't think Conway or Master Ace is gonna make this.
Yeah, I don't think Deck will either. I think that.
I think the Jizz has got a shot, Mike.
Oh yeah, I think the Jizz has definitely got a shot. We got to roll.
Well, I mean, I think the Jizz is getting in.
Yeah.
It's just about where he's gonna fall. Because he's better than a lot of these guys, just at a lot of things. Like, he's going to win lyrics and storytelling over almost anybody that we have on that bottom side.
We got to run Queen in there. I mean, she's just too important not to. Bless you.
Thank you.
Who you said? Queen Latifah. Who else?
CeeLo, Queen Latifah, Future, the Jizza, ODB, E40. I just took out Master Ace and Conway.
E40 has to get a run.
Be
I think Juvenile should get a run, too.
I'm cool with that.
I don't know if he'll make it, but, you know, I mean, again, this is 50, man. This is it's a tough list to make. It's a lot of MCs, as y'all see. I think, if anything, what people need to see from this process, when you really look at it, there are a lot of great MCs who've done this over a, duration of time. And Future definitely has to be in the conversation. He's probably going to be the most difficult to actually gauge and rate. But by the rubric, maybe it should work,
It's got bangers.
Yeah. It's going to be kind of like how we're rating the Too Short
stuff. Because when you go to stuff like classic songs, classic collaborations,
yeah,
career longevity, Future been around since like 2011 now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's 2023.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you've been steady this whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll get this finished up. I mean, shit, you think that we'll surprise the people? Because I want to get this list done. I know we've been flirting around with this list the whole year, and it's July already, so.
And it's hotter than July.
Yeah.
Also, too, my homie Andrew is back. Check out our newest episode on Mirror Music 99. It just went up.
Okay, cool. And everybody like and subscribe, according to Hip Hop, like and subscribe to Mirror Music. And, yeah, man, enjoy y'all 4th of July.
Oh, and also real quick, it's probably the last time that we're going to be doing this remotely from now on. We are moving to the studios on Monday and on Wednesday from now on. So
for sure.
It's been fun. Like, how about this? If you ever see me and Mike be in these respective spaces, that means you're either getting a short news blurb or we just too damn busy because the traffic is getting to LA heights. So
Right. All right. Well, appreciate it. I think we made a lot of progress here, and we'll go ahead and start finalizing some stuff.
Yeah. Click like and subscribe to the page. Let's get us to 25K.
Let's do it.